Ladies and gentlemen, we're certainly glad to be here tonight.
Welcome to the Moon Men Podcast.
Don't be afraid.
Little escapade of mine involving a couple of planets which shall be nameless.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Honestly,
Yeah, just like how are things?
things are fine. I don't know. I'm dating someone now. That's new.
Oh, congratulations! How long you guys been a
Oh,
thing?
I want to say like a good month
Oh, a good
of
month.
dating.
Ooh, you're in the early
is that bad?
stages
Yeah, in the early
before it
stages,
gets all
you know?
fucked.
Don't say that. It's so
You're already
mean.
throwing.
Literally,
Okay, wait,
no.
You're already throwing shade.
I'm hoping for the. I'm hoping for the best, but
I tagged you on the thing. Sorry.
Did
Being
you?
Influencer.
you're doing it now.
What? I took
Whoa,
a CBD gummy, THC in it. Hopefully, it makes me a little bit more fun.
Yep, right here. Look at that. Mira.
I
Let's
have my
go.
stuff over
I,
here.
I
We'll do a baby one.
have a
now.
stapler.
A little baby.
I have a stapler.
Oh my god, Eddie! I'm literally same. I have to show you my stapler.
This is gonna be a fun episode.
Oh, that's the color I wanted.
ASMR. Really?
Now.
Look at my lighter. It's an electric.
Oh, that's a badass lighter.
Gay as hell.
Look, listen to it.
What do you use that for?
Literally
What are you
like
lighting it with?
fireworks. Don't even use it.
You don't smell like
just cool.
joints.
No.
How do you consume your marijuana?
Edibly. Is that a word?
Yeah,
Yeah,
edibly.
that-
Is edibly
Yeah,
a word?
that
editable?
that sounds like a word.
It sounds like a word.
Even I'm eatable.
Let me Google it.
Are you
That's how Willy
you
Wonka
Googling it
says.
right now? I love doing this show remotely because I could just chill and I got a comfortable seat. My mic's not moving. Like I don't have to set up no fucking stands.
Yeah.
It's great.
So edibly is not a word. It's
So-
edible. So you guys said it in the wrong context.
Well, audibly's a word, so I thought edibly could have been. Kevin's gassed. So, Kevin, kick off the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Or should I introduce you
Wait, are we
first?
starting? Yeah.
Yeah,
let's
already
do that.
we've
recording.
been
Do that.
recording for 2 minutes, and thank you for telling us, Devyn, because we could have said some outlandish shit, guns blazing, and you
Yeah,
didn't
no,
tell us.
that's exactly.
What did
I
you
was
say? You were
waiting for
warming
that.
up or something? I was waiting
Yeah,
for
we are
you to
warming
like.
up.
Oh, okay.
This is a warm up. I'm gonna start it mid conversation. That's how we do things. So sometimes I'll have to cut like 10 minutes of audio before we actually like.
Do I sound good?
Yeah, you
Do-
sound
Like,
good.
is this too loud or like?
Maybe move the mic a little bit down, but then you're good.
Okay, baby girl. Baby
Mm. Perfect. Okay, question.
Nice.
How tall are you?
6 foot.
Lucky, you
Dead
lucky
ass?
motherfucker.
No,
Uh,
like 6'1". Devin, you're short. I know you're short because like,
I'm short as hell. You're 6 foot?
but I haven't seen you like in person physically like in years, like since high school. So I don't even
Yeah.
know.
Well, I'm only 5'7", so don't expect a lot.
That's short.
I'm gonna be like, how's the weather down there, Devin?
Yeah. I hate almost all my friends are taller than me except him.
I'm taller
so,
than
like,
you.
I have to look up everybody.
You
No, you're
you
not.
ha-
Eddie,
you ha-
how tall are you? I don't even remember.
you have to look up at me.
No, I
Yeah.
don't. He wears lifts in his shoes. He's uncomfortable with
No,
his height.
I don't do that. Don't believe a word he says. I'm taller.
It's okay.
No,
Just admit it.
it's
Own
my
up to it.
No, how tall? How tall are you? No, for real.
me or him.
You.
5'8".
No, you're not.
Oh,
He's
I'm
not.
5'8".
Really?
I'm
Don't
How
believe
tall?
him.
Am I taller? Like
Yeah.
for real?
You're dead ass taller than both of us.
I got taller since from high school. I got taller like after high
How
school.
tall were you in high school? I remember you being like average size,
I mean, I was tall, but like, I don't know. I don't
like
know.
5'11".
Something like that. But I did get taller.
You and your blessed genetics.
I know
Like
you
blessed
lucky
to-
motherfucker.
Actually,
that
this
what
is
it
a good segue. I wanted your opinion on this, Kevin.
Wait,
This is a
time
subject
out,
we touched
time out.
upon
We
a couple weeks ago.
time out. We didn't introduce the show.
This is the conversation leading into
okay,
that.
okay. So we start.
Oh, I get it, I get it.
We're starting. It's been a while. It's been a while. I'm sorry.
It's been
What's the
like
tea?
3 days.
Oh my god, that feels like an eternity.
I'm overworked over here, and you're begging for more episodes.
Whoa,
We're doing
whoa.
a double episode release.
Who's on your?
Also, yeah, we
wait,
should.
who's on your bed? Oh,
How did you even
I-
see that?
I saw her
What's
foot.
going on? Oh,
Yeah, she wanted to take a nap down here because everyone's
Oh.
upstairs.
True
Anyways,
story.
Kevin,
Yes. What is it?
do you think that as a gay man you have pretty privilege?
No.
What?
Really?
Pretty privilege?
Pretty privilege.
Okay, I'm kind of stupid, but like, what do you mean?
You don't know what pretty privilege is?
No, let's Google it.
Okay, pretty privilege is when you live life on easy mode because you're perceived as pretty by the mass majority of people. So you'll end up getting free stuff. People will think nicer of you. They'll think highly of you. That kind of thing.
But I don't think the gay part is like, I think I'm good looking. Or
Mhm.
is that like my confident? I don't know. I'm very confident with like who I am, whatever, in myself. But and I think I'm good looking, and I've been told, right? I've been told that.
Yeah. No.
And
Have the confidence.
So I think that, like, yeah, it kind of, I guess, I don't know, but that's like not
Okay,
my
I
fault.
guess
I'm
my
just, I was
question
born
is
that way.
like, does it apply in both worlds? Like the gay world and the straight world? Do you get like straight girls who think you're straight at first glance and then they're like,
Yeah.
they give you shit?
Fuck, I don't know.
You've never
I
noticed
don't
it?
know. I know what you're saying, but like, I don't think I mean,
Or are you just oblivious to it?
all I want to say is that a lot of like the like, I don't know. There's just like some people that.
Oh man, he's
take-
been getting free shit for years. You can tell. He just
He's
doesn't
trying
wanna
to be
admit it.
humble about it.
I
He's
don't get.
he's
No, I
trying to be humble
don't.
about
Nobody
it.
sent me anything like that.
You don't get
No, I
sent
never got
stuff.
anything free like that. No.
I think guys are the only ones that like send stuff to girls, but like I've never heard of guys getting stuff
Oh,
in any regard.
Do you mean like in like a gay kind of sense, like a?
I guess like just overall, because we were discussing pretty privilege just as an overall topic, right? Like my
Yeah.
limited experience with it, how it affects people, the different boundaries, etc. So I was wondering what your perspective on it was as a gay man who is very conventionally attractive. That's not a hit.
Thank you, Devyn.
That's not a hitting on you. I'm gonna make that clear now.
The Moonmen podcast, Devyn called me. Blah 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 blah. Start posting.
Yeah,
shit.
I'll admit it. You're a good-looking guy.
I'm gonna
but,
start
like-
posting some shit.
Turn it into a headline. So
I'm tweeting
I
right
was
now.
asking like how it affects your personal day-to-day life, like going about things. Like again, do you get girls who are confused as to your sexuality
I-
when they first met you?
Yes. Oh my god. Like that's happened. Like I feel like I radiate gay. Does that make
Do you-
sense? Like
Think
I
you
feel
radiate
gay. I like I'm very like yeah, you know, like that kind of thing. How do you not see that? No, like I'm at work and people are like, "You're gay," and I'm like, "Yeah, do you not see the faggotry?"
Doing
You
the
know, to me.
thing. I'm doing the
Not to be
thing.
mean. No, I'm not using those words like you know, in that kind of sense, whatever. Sorry, people. But you know, like, do you not see it? But whatever. I have been told that you know, sometimes I have like very straight tendencies, if that makes any sense. And because I guess I don't present myself as like feminine, but I have
Yeah.
like feminine tendencies, and so yeah, I have been like, you know, and a lot of some girls like and very pretty women like have told me like, you're really pretty, like I wish, you know, you were straight and I would date you or something. I'm like, wow, thank you, but I'm not, so you know, like
Sorry.
that's, I don't know.
Sorry.
It's the hair. I feel like
I
it's
don't
the
know,
hair.
Devyn.
It's got to
Is
be the
it?
hair.
I cut my own hair, everyone.
Oh, you did?
Do you?
I literally cut my own. I've been starting to cut my. I've what, like 2 years now.
Do
Damn. Do
I,
you
cut
cut
I,
other
I,
people's
I
hair?
need you to cut my hair because I don't like.
Yeah, do you cut other people's hair?
I have, but I mean, if I fuck up, I'm
It's all
sorry,
right. It's all
you
right.
know?
My barber. I don't even
No
have a
refunds.
barber. They just fuck me up.
Okay, how much do you spend at a barber? You how
40
much do you
bucks.
spend,
Mm,
Eddie? 40.
40
Yeah.
bucks?
That-
That's a
That
lot.
is so
dude.
good.
That's
Why?
normal. At every barbershop, that's normal.
I spent
mine's
$10
like
on my
30.
haircut. $10.
Where do you go?
Sometimes 15. Well, it was this hair salon with this
See,
lady
it's
who
a
like I've
salon,
known
but
for
I
a
mean
long
at a
time.
Yeah, see, you
It is
knew
a
them.
salon.
it's a barber. When you
Hey.
go to a barber shop, they're all like $30. But since I'm a good guy, I usually leave $10 of tip. Good,
Oh,
good,
okay,
good,
yeah.
Interruptions are starting.
good or bad.
What'd you say?
Wait, go ahead. Keep
Oh.
going.
I give them $10 a tip, even if they do a good job or a bad job. I don't know. That's just me. I don't like to bring down their.
Well, that's really like nice of you. Am I toxic for like not leaving a tip or anything like that? I don't know.
Yes and no. It's your right
Well,
to
not
choose.
look. I leave a tip at at a restaurant or whatever. But if it came to a barber, I've never given a tip to my barber or whatever lady, whatever.
Wouldn't that be like the first place you would think of tipping because you come back again and again?
I was doing it for so many years. I didn't never.
Okay.
never
Do you
done
have a
that.
tattoo?
Well, listen. What?
Do you have a tattoo? Like, if you got a tattoo, would you tip your artist?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, I did that with my piercings. Like I have like piercings now. Everyone.
So not the stylist, not the hairstylist.
Devin, listen. I've known this lady for like since I was a baby. So like that's I don't know if that adds on to it. Like she was like the family.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean,
Barber,
it'll be
whatever,
weird
salon lady.
if he does
But-
start tipping right now, like out of nowhere.
No, I'd
Well,
be
listen.
considerate.
I cut my own hair, so I don't do that.
He doesn't
That's
need
true.
to do that no more.
I don't do that. And it kind of eliminated that kind of like expense. You know what I mean? Like I'm saving money. there.
Smart.
But again, I
Mm,
only spent like 10 or 15 bucks. So I'm just saying.
mm.
And people are like, come to me and they're like, you cut your own hair? Like, how do you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I remember when I said, listen, there's this thing that people say that the gays know how to do stuff or they just learn how to do it. And I think it's true because to me, everything is like easy. It's like, oh, I can do that. If I,
DIY.
like, if I want to fix like my wall, like I can do that. I think it's like you need to say that to yourself. Like, I can do it, so I will do it.
Yeah, I'm
don't
not
know.
going to cut my own hair, but do you think you could?
Maybe I mean you live like right over there, so
Yeah, but like, could you handle these luscious locks? Because I used to have to go to a salon since they
I don't know,
handle it.
Devin. I have no idea. I've never been to school or whatever. I don't know how to deal with your kind of texture. All
Mm.
right, so I don't
Texture.
know.
Okay.
Mine
I
is
think
very
that's
like
an
Kev, you
excuse.
and I have like the same hairstyle. So can you cut my hair? I'll give you a $10 tip or something.
honestly, I feel like I could cut your hair. Like, look at it. It's like
No, I think
it's
that's
just
an
a
insult. You
fade,
got
right? It's like a
decent hair,
fade,
and he
and
just kind of throws his.
I literally I cut the top part like with scissors and then like I do like the
That's
fading
exactly
thing.
what the barber does. So
And that's $40, Eddie.
well,
I'm sorry, not to
yeah.
be like
I,
Like Kevin
yeah,
did.
I'll hit you up next time, Kevin, like a month or something.
All right, wait. Before we get too distracted, because now I'm starting to think of a bunch of shit here. Welcome back to the Moonman Podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Devyn. I'm here with your co-host, Eddie, and now we're joined today with a very special guest, by a very special guest, Kevin. Go ahead,
The
Kevin.
iconic
Say
me.
hi.
Thank you. Hi everyone. This is me, Kevin. Oh my god, I'm so excited to like be on your show. This is like crazy. I've been
I'm
waiting for
excited
a
to
while.
have you on here because you're the first guest we've had who has had their own podcast before and knows what they're doing.
Really?
Wait, hold on.
Not anymore. He fucking no. Well, Jose has a podcast now. Should we shout it out? Should we, Kevin? I need your decision. Devin's not here, so you're the other host.
I've heard. Is that what I saw like on his story? Like I saw like this podcast. What was it called?
It's
I don't know what it
called
is.
Oh my god, what's it called?
Wow, we don't even know about it. Wow, sorry, Jose, but like low key, like I didn't know. I don't know
It's
what
called
it's
the
called.
Mexican Redhead.
Listen, I'm exposing Jose here. He wanted to start a podcast a long time ago and did, and then I don't know what happened to it. Jose, if you're watching, listening, why? You rebranded. But happy for him.
He has it with his wife, so.
Oh my god. Okay, well that's like okay, listen. Here's my thing with this is that I think having another person on a show is so like it's really great because you have like this like dynamic going on. You and Devin together is just extremely powerful to have a podcast with. So I think that's like really cool. So if Jose is with his wife, they got a lot to talk about.
Oh,
I'm sure.
they
So
talked
that's really
in the
fun,
first episode. I'm not gonna say much, but they talked about aliens, mythical creatures. Oh, whoa, Devin's back. Devin, we made a
Devin's
decision
back.
while you weren't here. He was my other
I'm very sorry about disappearing like that.
Devyn disappeared by
Yeah,
aliens.
yeah.
Conspiracy
So,
theory.
Jose's podcast.
Oh, you were listening.
Jose.
Kind of. I had to keep taking on and off the headphones. All kinds of interruptions. That's the downside recording at my house. Go ahead, as you're saying.
In Jose's first episode, they talked about like aliens, mythical creatures, ghosts. What else did they talk about? Cereal.
Oh God, I got a lot of paranormal stories right here in my
fuck.
household.
Wait, do you live on your own?
No, I live with my parents
Okay.
currently. So, and this is my room.
Well,
Yeah.
I saw his room before. It's nice.
well, I just by the little part
When
I
you
can
were
see, it
posting
looks
it?
nice.
I did this on purpose because like we were gonna take a picture of like the promo photo. And I'm like, I'm gonna put my moon, because like Moon Man podcast, and then a little Sansevieria plant for the people listening, and then this cactus like that my ex gave me.
Oh,
And you
Still
still
love it.
have?
Listen, it's material. It's not attached emotionally to some
mic drop,
person
mic
that
drop.
left me.
That is some good shit right there.
No, because
I
it
don't
is.
know.
It's
Well,
just
you
it's
have
just a
attachment to
physical
it from
thing.
the memory.
I did talk about this in my podcast. I like it's just an attachment. Like you don't need to attach yourself to like some object, especially if it came to someone like came with from someone that's like special to you like that. I don't know. That's kind of very like me. I think me too, Devyn. Same. No, I'm getting into a tangent. Fuck. But I'm saying that I've always been like that where I'm not really like emotionally attached to something like that. Like if it's something like from my mom that is like one thing, I would keep it. But the rest of the stuff, for example, like we have this conversation in the household, like when my parents pass away, I'm not attached to these kinds of things. My sister is, but I'm not. And like my mom likes that about me because she knows that I will like get rid of the stuff. Like it doesn't matter, like I'm dead.
Organize it.
So yeah. But when it comes to like my personal stuff, I mean, I think that's how my room is so kept is because I'm not attached to like stuff and I just get rid of it. And I talked about this in one of my episodes where I would like break my shit when I was little. Purposely, I would like physically break like my toys when I got bored of it to so that I know that it's broken and I can throw it away. I know I don't know, call me
okay.
insane or like psychopathic, but like
Well, no, it kind of makes
that's how I was.
sense. You're like, I can't use it anymore. I'm not going to use it. So here's a reason not to continue using it.
Yeah.
It makes
So
sense. It's just I would never do that.
this is the only thing. This cactus light behind me is like the only thing that is from my ex. And even though I remember that, because like you can't just erase that out of your head, I'm not like if I look at it, I'm not gonna. It doesn't bring any emotion anymore. If that makes any sense. The emotional parts, like the pictures that we took, yeah, I burnt those on purpose, like the physical Polaroids, because that helped me mentally kind of move on. Watching it burn. So like I burnt them instead of throwing them in the trash. Because if I threw it in the trash, it would have like been somewhere, and I hate the idea of it just being out there somewhere in the dump or something.
That makes sense.
Eddie's dying.
Yeah.
How do we get here?
It's
Update me a little
it's
bit.
because I asked him if he lives, if he has his own place, and then he was talking about every plant, and then he mentioned the cactus, and then
Devyn said
The cactus.
Guys, speaking of like carts, like weed carts, look, this is a 3D printed weed
oh, that's
cart
kind of
holder thing.
badass.
It is pretty
I
badass.
literally I have a 3D printer that's in my closet right now, and I don't even use it.
So you just need an excuse?
Yeah.
You want to make me a custom grinder?
A what?
A custom grinder?
I literally could do that, but I'm like the fact that I have to like take it out, calibrate it, find a file, like that's just so boring. I'm too lazy.
I think
Anybody
it's
wanna
kind of
buy
cool
it?
that you're so industrious and that you take on so many like creative outlets.
I don't know, Devyn. She was diagnosed with OCD and some shit when we were little, so maybe it's that. I don't
just
know.
makes
I had a
sense.
period. I had a period where like I was questioning like all of the things that I did. Like I felt like I did it. Just I don't know. It's weird. I just like do things and then
To do it?
move on for a while and then come back to it.
Okay,
I don't
yeah.
know.
I get what you mean because I do the same thing.
Yeah,
Like-
it's like it.
You just get fixated on these certain things, and then you
Yeah.
continue to do them over and over, and then you're like,
And,
okay,
like,
I'm done. I did that.
I think my podcast is like one of those things where like I had this like really large motivation to do it, and then now it's like I'm doing like a weird hiatus moment where I'm doing some other stuff, but then I come back to it. Does that make
Mhm.
sense?
Wait, have we?
That it's
I'm like that with
it's kind of
everything.
cool that you get seasons because you could take breaks. We haven't got any breaks.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of season, yeah, that's all. I was gonna ask you that. I'm like, I was gonna say I hope to be in the next season, but I'm like, what's the season for your podcast? What is a season, anyways? It could be
So
anything.
to kind of clear it up, because I don't think we've ever addressed it on
I
the
don't
show.
even know what the hell he's talking
Wow,
about.
that's
So there's podcasting
season.
will just go. They'll either be ongoing or they'll be seasonal, and a lot of like the shows based around like true crime or even some of the just more popular like talk shows, they'll go based off of seasons, and then they'll take like 8-week breaks or something. We're not doing that because we're stupid and we like releasing episodes every week, despite how tired it
fine.
makes us.
Us,
So
he means him. I'm just over here on the sideline.
so we actually don't have a season. We're ongoing. Your episode's coming out this week, actually, Friday.
That is so exciting. I like everybody. I've already told about 3 people, and they're like, "Oh my god, let me like listen to it. Like, send me the link." And I'm like, "Cool, I will." Like, it's gonna be out pretty
Cool,
soon
I
because I
will.
know you guys
Yeah.
do that. Like, you guys post it.
I
Right
thought you were
on.
gonna.
I was
tell him
telling.
we were gonna-
What is it?
No, Eddie. I thought you were gonna tell him that we were uploading.
Oh
this
no,
week.
no. I thought we were just gonna mention it here, and we did. We did.
Oh,
Get
okay.
We
it,
Well,
did.
it works out.
So
Yeah.
like
Go ahead. There's a little bit of a
No,
delay.
no,
I
no.
don't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, that's fine. What I was saying is that like for my podcast, like a season is like about 10 episodes, or at least that's what I made it for. I designed it that way, I guess, right? Like, I
And
don't
so, how
know.
many seasons have you had total? 3, right?
I have no idea. Yeah,
You
3.
don't know?
I worked on season 4, like some episodes, but I was going through some weird like emotional era of mine, and I like it's some old ass episodes from last year that I haven't even. I'm not uploading. I don't even know if I want to upload them.
I would
I
upload
don't
it.
know.
Show your raw self. Sometimes
Listen,
it is. Sometimes
there
it's
was
emotional.
moments where I was like truly like, oh fuck, like I wish I had a mic strapped on me right now because I would be speaking like so much truth, coming from my mouth, sweetie, like literally like sleeping, like I'm in bed, like relaxed and everything, and I'm like, ugh. So in one of the episodes I brought my little small mic that I have here, and had it there, and I can easily just connect it to my phone and record, right? But it's annoying. Like I don't want to do that, and I also just setting up everything and then trying to regurgitate what I was thinking.
Why don't you just?
I hate that. Like
Why
I don't
don't you
know,
just
it
record
really.
it on your phone?
Listen, I'm very particular with sound quality and things like that, and I hate it.
Okay, I understand your pain, but sometimes like the ideas are better raw, and so
Yeah,
you
like
could just do
that.
what you can in post to enhance it.
I guess I'll do that. I'm just lazy, Devyn. I hate obstacles.
Wait, have we mentioned the
Is that a gay
have we
thing?
mentioned the name of your podcast?
Probably, I think so.
Yes, this era. I think we have, right? Yeah, you
No,
did.
no,
Devyn
me and
did.
you were saying it. I think. I don't know. His podcast is called This Era. It's available on iTunes and Spotify and mostly everywhere you get your podcasts, right?
Yeah, and I heard that YouTube is like working on trying to have podcasts. So I'm like, oh my god,
for real?
another place to upload our things.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Huh.
But
So
that makes
that's
it even
exciting.
better. So now we'll grow even faster.
No, definitely. I think you guys are doing like absolutely wonderful. And I was telling Eddie that I think being like a dynamic, like, 2 people, really, you guys are just, it's like a power couple,
Fuck
guys are
yeah,
gonna-
we're a power couple.
There's so much that you could talk about.
I don't know if we're a power couple, but I get what he's saying. Like we definitely that's what we were saying the other episode. We couldn't do it without each other. We just click.
Yeah.
You know?
Just give them kisses.
I already
tried.
do.
He said
What?
no.
I already do. And you sleep. You just don't feel
Kiss
it.
him, Eddie. Kiss him. Me trying to push the gay agenda out here. Eddie, just come out already.
We've
Just
been
come out
we've been kind of propagating it in some of our episodes. We're like trying to create a if won't will they won't they type of thing.
And
So like
Yeah.
by 90 episodes in, they're like, oh, they're totally gay for each other.
I hate you.
he's not my type anyways. So
You're not my type. I said I could
yeah,
do better.
I said I could do better.
What is your guys' type, anyways? None of you are. You're both single, right?
Yeah.
We're both single.
Unfortunately.
Damn, I'm sorry. Love
Why are
out
you
there.
sorry? I'm single by choice.
I'm saying that because like I'm dating someone and I'm not single anymore. That's So excited.
Congratulations, you don't have to rub it in.
Yeah, I'm just trying to rub it in.
Wait,
Okay, rub it in. Go
for me.
ahead. And
Wait,
talk
wait,
about
wait
it.
before
Talk
you
about it.
before you rub it in, I just realized every guest we've had has been dating someone.
No way.
No, not
Oh, not
Anais.
Anais. That's true.
And not.
Yeah, just Anais.
No, all the rest of them are
Yeah.
in relationships.
Okay, listen. Am I the first openly gay cis male?
You're the
on your
first gay
podcast?
male.
You're the first openly gay. No,
Wow, we have to use that for marketing. That's it.
we can use
First
that for
openly gay
marketing.
male Moon Men podcast.
Yeah, because our
Tweet it right now.
the other guest not openly gay. I can't say. I'm gonna have to bleep all this out. Not openly gay.
You better bleep it out because there's been moments on your podcast where you're like, "Oh, we're gonna erase that."
He
and you
does that
never
on
did it.
purpose. He
And
does
you-
that on
and you
purpose.
uploaded it.
I did that one on purpose because there's some where I'm like Eddie burps and I'm like I'm gonna cut this out, and I leave it in there as a joke to like make people laugh because they're like, oh, he's lazy as shit, he didn't cut it out, and it's kind of a giggle.
Oh, okay, I get it.
But
Yeah.
but
sometimes I'm just like, fuck it, I'm not doing that.
but if we say like a dark joke
Same.
like dead babies, he cuts that out.
Oh God. Okay. Wow. Nice.
no, I
Dead
don't cut that
babies.
out. I'll leave the dead
No,
babies in.
you cut out that one joke Alfred told you. It was about
Well, yeah, that joke's
Yeah.
fucked up. You want to hear it real quick, Kev? I'll just cut this out.
Sure. Why not? Sure. Why
What's
not?
the best part about
Oh my God.
it's Alfred? What did you
Devyn,
expect?
you better cut this shit, Devyn. Oh my God.
It's
Oh, wow.
Alfred. These are his jokes.
Alfred, the Alfred that I know,
Yeah.
Alfred. Oh my God. Wow. How is he? I don't even know.
He's doing great.
don't even-
He's living life. He's in the army.
Ooh, I kind of don't like the army.
What do you like?
Hot take.
What's your
What do I
favorite
like?
branch?
I like men.
whoa.
Yeah, we know that. What's your favorite branch? If you
Whoa,
had to
Listen.
choose a
whoa, time
man,
out.
What branch does he have?
Time
to
out.
be?
You didn't finish the joke.
Yeah, finish the joke.
Oh shit! It makes your dick look huge.
That is so dark, Devyn. Like, where
It's Alfred.
Jesus Christ, that's
I
very
don't
military
know. I
man.
don't
Alfred
It's
know.
of
Alfred.
it.
I don't know where he got it. He just
He
did.
probably came up with it.
That's I had a coworker that was very like that, like saying some dark ass shit to me. And I'm like, "Are you okay?"
You don't like dark humor?
Do you need
Like,
help?
Jesus. No, I'm okay with it. It's like, like Jesus, you know.
Just
Like,
search it
there's some
out.
people that get uncomfortable with that, you know. But I mean, I'm whatever, I guess. I don't,
You're chilling, Kevin. You're chilling.
am I?
Yeah. I mean, I got some more.
I
but
have
I'm
I
gonna
have
to
one.
keep
No.
bleeping all
yeah,
these out.
Kevin, we forgot to tell you. If you want, you could say one sexist joke. That's it.
or one gay joke.
Or yeah, it's up to you.
I feel like I'm throwing gay jokes all the time. I'm
Okay, so
such
one
a-
sexist joke.
Oh,
You don't have to use it now. You can use it at any time of the show. But if you have one now, because the last like 3 guests haven't used theirs.
Yeah.
I don't know, Devyn. You should have prepared me with this stuff before, Devyn. I
Go
would've
ahead
had
and
a
look it
whole
up on the
list.
side and then bring it up.
Yeah, we
randomly
could be
later.
talking about abortion and boom, you could say a feminist joke right there.
We're going to
No, I'm saying
I
if
wanna
we
go into
if
abortion.
somehow we end.
What's your political views? Like, what's going on? What is this podcast anyway? What is like your? Because I opened your thing and it says true crime. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's true
a
crime, is it?
glitch.
It's
a
a
glitch.
glitch.
We're under society and culture, but for some reason on Spotify sometimes will pop up as true crime. It's not like that on any other platform. So
What?
fuck you, Spotify.
I know. Email them or something. Write a letter. What's going
Make
on,
sure-
Devyn?
Use
I don't really
if
care
you
that
do write a
much.
letter, use red ink.
Devyn,
What?
why? Why,
That
Eddie,
means
why?
to prove a point that you're angry or something. I don't know. I heard it once in a show.
Psychiatry.
Wait, I
Psychology,
want to
don't
ask
know.
you this question and I don't want to forget it. Did you do all the editing for your show?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Who am I gonna pay? I don't have the money to be paying someone.
Just asking. How did you do it? Did you do it on Audacity?
No, I Premiere.
Oh, you have Adobe.
What's the Premiere one? The Adobe one. What is it called?
Audition?
Oh my God, I don't have it right here. Yeah, Audition. Yeah, Adobe Audition.
Wow.
That's what I. Well, I didn't. I actually haven't. So the machine that I have right here it does all that processing for me, like the voice, the way my voice sounds right now, and but so I didn't really edit on there. There was one episode that I probably edited on Audacity, but that's it. The rest of
Really?
it is all completely raw, and just cuts. I just cut it on Anchor.
How much did it
That's
cost
it.
you?
The machine,
Yeah.
I don't know how much it costs.
I
don't
know
how
the
much
one
I
he
spent
has
lately.
because I was looking at it for my old
Podcast.
show, and I was like, I don't need that. It's just me. It's an
See, right now
audio
it's listed for like 500, but I know I spent more
Jesus!
because I bought like other shit with it, you know, like this microphone and things like that. They have a new one now, and this is listed. This machine is listed on like this site called Mercari, not sponsored, but and a lot of people want to buy it, but they want to buy it at like a very low price. And I'm like, no, I'm set on this price, and that's it. So
Yeah,
a
because
lot
you
of
know what
people
it's
have,
worth.
yeah. So you know, and I take care of my shit. I don't know. I do that. I literally have the boxes for these things that I have, all my equipment, like my headphones, my microphone, everything, all the boxes in great condition, right here. Like if anybody wants to just buy it out, put them in the box, then it's
Hit
like
up
new.
Kevin.
You know, very like that. I buy and sell shit. I literally buy the new versions of things and then sell the old version of it. Like my Wi-Fi mesh routers that I have, I sold I haven't sold it, but I'm selling the old one, and then I got the new one for literally less than what I bought the old one.
Oh, that's fucking
It's
tight.
crazy.
He's
I'm very
finessing the
like that. I don't
system.
know.
Yeah, he
With
is
capitalism. I don't know.
at its finest. So all your audio is raw from the audio interface. You're just fucking with the gain and shit.
We just like it raw, you know.
God damn it! That was fucking slick.
Oh,
Kevin's
that was a
just
good
doing it
one.
raw.
No, well, you know, we like it raw. Like, no, we're talking about the audio, everyone. Jesus, I don't know what. Que mal pensado están. I know. No, yeah, you just record it on the thing, and then I upload it. It has like a setting to export for Anchor specifically, and it just does that everything for me, and I just upload, and we're
Oh,
done.
that's so tight.
You know,
Interesting.
so I don't have to do any, you know. But cutting it, like, you know, cutting the stuff, yeah. I don't know. I'm not like I said, I like removing obstacles, so I don't want to do like record and then put an intro afterwards and an outro afterwards. Like I just want to get through the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's very me. I don't know.
No, well, like if we could do it like that, and then everything sounded perfect, I would love to do it like that. It's just I'm
And I
really
think,
nitpicky, and I want to make sure it sounds the way it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
supposed to. So that's why I edit for like 9 hours.
9 hours,
Some
Devyn?
episodes
Are you
are
kidding?
fucking.
No, for real. Like how long do you take?
Well, for a standard episode with just me and Eddie, which runs about an hour and a half, it takes me 2 to 3 hours. And then for a guest episode, anywhere between 2 hours to 3 hours, it's gonna run me about 6 to 9 hours, depending on the guest and the audio quality.
And this is all in one mix. Like it's not separate channels.
No, they are separate channels. That's the thing. I have to line them all up and stop the noise drifting. I gotta make sure it's all synced. I was
Yeah.
gonna ask you, does Audition record on separate channels? Can I record like on 3 different channels?
Oh yes. Oh my god. Hell yeah. You literally like even if like you have a machine like this or something like that, you can have everybody at a separate channel and each individual effects on each channel.
I'm
It's-
buying it. I'm
But-
buying it.
like with this machine, you have two options. You in the settings, you could do, you know, have it be recorded and exported in just one stereo mix, or you
Mhm.
could have them separate. And in that case, you would just import that into Audition, line it up, and you're golden, right? It's amazing.
See, yeah,
or you could
what-
record to Audition too, like directly.
that's what we were doing. We were me and Eddie record with the audio interface, but it's only a dual. So it'll record on a stereo channel, and then I export it into a mono channel, which means one file for
Yeah.
those of you paying attention. And
What?
I know they're tuning out right
children.
now, but whatever. But we're gonna get a new audio interface that can hold up to 4 mics, and I wanted to have them on
Ooh.
separate channels so that I can edit any like hiccups and stuff like that. Because if it's all one mono channel, then there's no point in having like the whole audio interface, you know?
It also cuts a lot of time, you know? Like I said, eliminating obstacles. I love eliminating an obstacle like that.
Well, we try to, but things happen every fucking episode on our show.
And I
Yes,
think
yes.
no, and like honestly, I think like if you had, and I would say the same with me, you know, who knows where my podcast could be in the future or if whatever, I don't know. And yours too, is that eventually you could have like somebody like editing and doing all of these things and mixing like live where you have like everything done.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just-
for
it's
sure.
difficult when you do it, you know, a single person. doing everything, especially you like having to mix all the channels and everything like that. That sounds so complicated. Like I can't. Like
Oh,
it's just
I
me,
enjoy
so-
doing it. Don't get me wrong. It's just a pain in the ass trying to do it with the full time job and then record like three hours of content a week. It's
Yeah,
like,
really, I'm not full time.
oh, are you part time?
I literally work 2 days in the week, and that's it.
Dude, I'm switching to part time. Fuck this full time bullshit. I could be putting so much more effort into the show.
Honestly, like, and then you would make money out of it, and not that it's about the money, but like low key.
No, like dead ass low key.
It's
like,
about
not
the
to be-
money.
Honestly, I hate when YouTubers are like, "Thank you guys, it's because of you." It's not about the money. I'm like, bullshit.
yeah, I like when they're
Uh,
honest. They're like, "You're helping me pay the bills," and I'm like, "You got it, bro."
Yes, I love those too. I'm like, you thank you for supporting my channel. That's literally what they mean. Like
Yeah.
it's like you're giving that's their paycheck. And honestly, I mean,
In the future, we're just gonna be like, "Thanks for the money, suckers." You know, like we're just gonna be upfront about it.
sometimes I'm scared about like our future. Guys, have you heard of this like chat GPT shit? Like what's going on?
Yes, I was gonna bring that up.
It's writing
later
my
on.
emails.
Right
It's
now,
writing my emails. Like
What?
no, like I literally could just be like respond to this. And I'm mind blown.
so you
It gives
buy
like
the
such a beautiful
subscription
response.
to use it. You
No,
can't
this is literally
contribute to
makes
it
a
and then
free-
like be scared of it.
What? I don't know.
You're making it
It's just
smarter. It's
scary.
gonna understand us better. It's gonna know how Kevin operates, and then it's
It's
one
scary
step closer.
because I wonder how our language is going to be in the future. Like, we need to learn language in order for me to like talk to it, right? To talk to like the AI. But the AI is now doing writing for people, especially like this kid who wrote an essay with it. Like, imagine us in high school writing an essay and like having ChatGPT like do it for us.
I fucking wish.
Well, I'm pretty sure in the future they're gonna ban it. They're gonna be like, you guys. They're probably gonna change it to handwriting every essay, like they did.
Oh God, like I don't even know.
They're gonna
Um,
find a way to ban it. They'll probably ban it on school computers, but like, it's fucked
like
up.
as if we had like, what's it called issues with trying to get shit unblocked and stuff. Like, remember, I literally was passing a flash drive to people in middle school with fucking
Halo.
what's it called yeah, all that Halo, Minecraft. I remember I was such a Minecraft person.
GTA. Oh, what do you mean?
GTA,
such?
yeah.
You can still be a Minecraft person.
I have Minecraft on my computer and I don't even touch it. I haven't touched it since last year.
Oh, I feel
Like,
you. I
I'm-
don't
I
game
don't-
that much anymore.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm not like I don't game. I'm not a gamer at all.
What?
People thought that they're like, I don't play games. Like, I mean, I have actually okay. I have a VR headset and I do play games on that.
What do you play?
So,
Do you play VR chat?
I play. There's this iconic. I've been on there 2 times. God, it's so wild in there. Oh my God, there's some people from all around the world. There was this one person like arguing, like they're like, "Pero eso, papi." I'm like, what? Why are you arguing? Like, what's going on over here? And then this other girl over here is like disabled and on a wheelchair, and she's like sitting on the floor and talking to all these people around her. I'm like, and then you turn over here and this guy's yelling, and oh God, I'm like, what is this?
I
Like,
had
what
a
is
10-foot duck yelling racial slurs in my lobby.
Yes, literally everyone's in different. You see a character like tiny little character like in the floor talking, right? And then you have this giant like Minecraft Steve staring at everybody from above. It's God, I
It's
don't know.
literally just all over the fucking place.
I've been on that, but the game that I absolutely play the most is called Echo VR, and they're actually like getting mad. A lot of the people, the community is like really mad at Meta because they're taking a perfectly good game and shutting it down for in August. And but their reasoning is because, you know, not a lot of people get on it, but in reality like a couple thousand people do play that game. And that's like their core, you know, like the gaming community is the core of their foundation, like the core of like VR, and Meta's like, bye, like we need more money, that kind of shit, right? So I'm sad because, and everybody's sad. You go on that game and everyone's just like, ugh, like they're shutting this game down. Like, I'm so sad. I'm, you know, trying to play as much as I can. I don't know. It's a really, really fun game and extremely addicting, and it makes me sad that it's. Like,
What do you
gonna
do
be
in the
shut down.
game? You said it's Echo VR?
Yeah, it's like soccer but futuristic. It's really weird. Search it up. I don't know, people out there who are listening. Echo VR.
While you're
Sign the
searching it up
petition
right
to
now?
save it.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Sign the petition to save it. But literally, it's such a good game. It's so fun and addicting, especially if you connect it to your like a gaming computer. Those graphics are just they're absolutely wild on there, right? So I don't know. It's an iconic game for meta, and it doesn't make any sense that meta's like getting rid of it, and like but they use that as promotion, and it was such a popular game.
It just doesn't make any sense because right now that console's struggling as it is, so they need all the games they can
Right,
get.
and that's what everyone's saying. They're like, "You guys are stupid."
Like it just doesn't
You
make any
know?
sense at all.
I don't know. But I love VR is just crazy. I got this headset. I'm really good at Beat Saber. I don't if you know what Beat
Yeah.
Saber is.
I suck at
I'm
Beat
suck at
so
Saber.
that
good at
game.
that. I literally expert plus now, sweetie. Like I'm doing so right there. It's amazing. It's a workout too. I burn like a shit ton of calories, about 500 in about 40 minutes,
Wow.
Damn.
and like I use that on purpose. I do it on purpose, like have fun, but also burn some calories. I don't know.
So is that your way of
Picking my
staying
nose.
fit? You
No, I do work out. I bought this machine. Don't come for me. It's like extremely expensive.
wait? I
But,
know
like-
which one you're talking about. I saw it on your story.
Yes, it's this platform thing. I worked out today, and it's just amazing. It's like resistance training, but it uses like magnetism to hold like the rope things, whatever, and up to
Cables.
400 pounds per thing. It's crazy.
So like
Wild.
you can bench and deadlift and all that on there.
All of that, yes. And they're working on a attachment. They already have an attachment like shown, like already what's it called? Like it's public, but it's not out yet.
Tees?
Where you could do like a rowing machine kind of thing, and then they're working on an attachment to do like pull downs, like to be able to do workouts from top to bottom. Because right now the only workouts I could do is like from bottom, from the floor.
Yeah.
Things like suitcase squats, or like you said, you could like a bench press kind of thing.
So were you an active gym member before you got the machine, or was this like?
Oh God, hell no! I don't even want to deal with like my social anxiety is just gonna. I'm gonna
Oh,
die.
so you
I
couldn't go
can't
to
do
the
that.
gym?
Ugh, and like I don't know. I just don't even want to deal with people there. And I know that I might listen. I could say that because I've said that with a lot of things, and then everything changes, and I become like some kind of expert in it. So like, if I were to go to the gym right now, I probably would be addicted to it, and then I
Learn
would be
everything
my
about it.
my whole era would change to like fitness journey, and I would post gym selfies and shit on my social media, and that's it.
You know,
so
you could do that.
don't-
It could be like a side quest for this era.
Kevin's side quest.
Yeah, you like
gym mode.
the benefit of our type of show is that we can basically do whatever the fuck we want. Like we're basically kind of doing an interview right now, but then we're doing like combos, and then we can switch it up and just start telling ghost stories for a whole episode. We have plans for like themed
Sounds like
episodes
Devyn
in the
wants to talk
future.
about ghost stories.
I was actually gonna ask you. I'm gonna bring it back up, but like you could do something like that with your show, where it's just like, hey, we're gonna go on a fitness journey for 30 days. You guys come with me. What the fuck is that?
What is
I
that?
fidget a lot. It's like a little fidget toy.
Little star?
No, it's like a little person, but like my camera's like washed out.
Oh, I see it. I see a face. It looks like a
this
ghost. Tell
is
me
like-
about your ghost stories.
Oh my God, guys.
Well, fuck the fitness
I
journey,
believe in
right?
that shit. Yeah, fuck the fitness journey. I'm
Well,
doing well.
I don't like
Listen,
I love the fitness journey, but
no, I took some pictures like in the beginning, right, of myself, like my little like fitness journey self fucking photos, progress pics, whatever. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, geez, like wow, there's like an actual difference, right? It's crazy. So that kind of motivated me a little bit more because I'm like, it's clearly doing something.
congratulations. Keep at it. You don't have to get like a six pack and be all ripped, but at least you're staying
No,
healthy.
no, I just like, I mean, I've always been very healthy when it comes to like eating and stuff like that. Like I try to eat a little healthy. I mean, I love me some good fucking greasy ass burgers and shit, right? I love Cane's. Cane's is so good.
Cane's
And
is
they're
all
opening
right.
one right
It's a
here.
little
Fuck yeah.
overrated.
I love Cane's. Ew, Cane's is all right. My name is Devyn and I'm skinny.
It's
Shut up,
good.
Devyn.
It's
Go
just
over
like
there.
it's not.
You don't you just don't get the hype. You don't get the hype.
I don't
Yeah,
get
you
the
don't
hype.
get it.
Me and Kevin understand the hype.
They're opening one literally near us, and they shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I know.
They should.
I'm
they
excited
just-
for that
It's
one.
opening on the 28th of this month of this.
Oh,
at the
for real?
recording date.
Whoa, why do you know that?
Not this month. That's tomorrow. No, the next month, March.
Oh,
At the recording of this.
March
episode.
28th. God damn it.
Why?
Well, because I was like
It's gonna be
tomorrow.
so packed.
Hmm.
No. That's March. No. God, imagine if it was tomorrow. Jesus, no. But what was I saying? Oh, ghost stories.
Yeah, ghost stories.
We have like so many in this household. Oh my God, I believe in that.
And you're like down the street. Where are you at? What cul-de-sac are you in?
What do you mean? What like the name?
I don't know. Like
Don't say the name.
I live in 1543 West. I'm just kidding.
was that your actual address? Do I have to bleep that
No,
out?
it wasn't. Actually, it wasn't. No. Do you want me? I could say like the street.
If I know it.
Okay, I can say a landmark that where the big park is, the main park.
Uh-huh.
It's that street.
Oh, so you're like right there. Okay.
Yeah, but not in front of the park. But it's that that street name, whatever that one right there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the
But,
new developmental area, kind of.
They're building a lot in our neighborhood. They're building like this whole. I think they're building a soccer field kind of thing and something else. They said I don't know.
They're already
The
destroyed.
people who
my
are part of the
desert.
association live like literally right here next door to me.
Go
Like,
ask 'em.
They're literally next door. They're white. Not to be rude, sorry.
What does that have to do with it?
Listen, I don't know. Bleep this out, but these people are racist as fuck. Oh my God.
But you
let me
look
tell
white. You just gotta act straight, and you're good.
When I'm taking out the trash, Devin, it's not straight at all. Okay, don't come at me with this.
Are you like throwing it around and shit? Like,
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, yeah, it's trash day. Like, no. No, I don't radiate like that much gay, sweetie. I'm sorry. Not to be rude for the people who are radiating all the gay, but that's just not my thing. It's not my gig. So sorry.
Kevin's subtle. He has social anxiety.
It's the introvert, extrovert, whatever energies and my Gemini and whatever the fuck and
Oh, you're not
and
into
my social
astrology?
anxiety. I'm literally my ex was, and I was not. I'm into it, but I'm not
That
educated.
into it?
I have like tarot cards and shit, right? But like I'm not practicing it, but I like it and I know how to do it, but I'm not doing it every day and I'm not obsessive with it.
Mm.
What I'm obsessed with is fucking drinking tea and going to work for 2 days and that's it. So
I'm switching to a part-time schedule. I don't give a fuck.
listen, I don't know. I need another job, honestly. Like I need like some kind of I need to use my degree is what I need to do. And I've been applying because I want to quit my current job so I can finally use my degree and get my foot in the door, right? So I don't
Well,
know.
congrats. But you know what you need to do? Tell us your ghost stories.
Ghost stories. I keep hitting my mic. Well, I believe in like energy and shit like that. And for example, in this household that I'm in right now, in this house, like when we moved here, me and my mom like looked at each other and we're like, there's like nothing negative here. This house is clean as fuck, right? And I've never had problems with like hearing shit or seeing things or anything like that in this house. But in the other two houses that we lived in, oh my God, it's like everybody would hear shit. I'm talking about actual footsteps and things going on. So one time, I think this was like a Thanksgiving, we have like the kitchen, right? The blender turned on and everybody was like, why is the blender turning on? Why is it like so loud, right? We go to the blender and it's like not plugged in, right? The thing is like far away. It's like not plugged in. But how do you turn on a blender when it's not plugged in, right?
Was it still on?
And we
when
had
you guys
another
walked in?
situation. No, so the kitchen at this house and it's the house across where I live right now. We used to live in this two-story house across the street here. The kitchen is like open and you can see it through like with the living room. It's like an open whole thing. The house is very weirdly designed inside, but the blender's like right there. Like I remember it so vividly in my head, and it turned on. It literally like when you turn it on, like there's nothing in it, but it's dry. It's just the motor's on, and we walk there, and it's not plugged in. How does that work? You know what I mean? Like how do you?
Oh,
What?
yeah, that's fucking weird.
We've had other situations where like wine bottles and shit are literally like on the floor, not broken or anything from like a very high countertop. How do you just grab a wine bottles and just lay them on the floor? Like how does that? So how
might
how
be
am
an
I
alien,
supposed to not
honestly.
believe in this stuff? It's just wild. There's a bunch of other ones, Devin, but we've had situations with my like family and Tia playing with like the Ouija board and shit like that, and we don't fuck with that. I know my family doesn't do that shit. I do believe in like cleansing and karma and all these kinds of things. But when it comes to the dark shit, I don't know. I've had some weird, like, I experience, for the viewers, listeners, whatever, I do experience a crap ton of sleep paralysis.
Really?
What?
A lot. Yes, like constant. And I've had some scary ones, and I've had some whatever ones. Like, I've learned to kind of not control it, but I've learned to just kind of be in it and either fall back to sleep or get me out of it, right? And
Do you have a trick to like get yourself out of it?
I start trying to move like my hand or something, a body part. I focus on trying to move a body part, and not the negative shit. Because once you start thinking of anything scary, that's when you're gonna have some not fun.
So what's
sleep
the most
paralysis.
what's the most gnarliest shit you've seen?
Gnarly.
So far? Listen, it's gonna sound really stupid. The most, I guess, the most scary weird one is literally the Bonnie from Five Nights at Freddy's chasing me, like some shit like that.
What?
Like, I saw that like weird character like on my face. It was so scary. That kind of stuff. I was dreaming about it that night, and then I got sleep paralysis. I woke up, stiff as fuck, like, and I see Bonnie like staring at me. That's the most fucking scary shit. But the most like weird, scary, weird, unsettling stuff was this like black figure. I was dreaming. Okay, that sounded kind of wrong, but I was dreaming about this. I was hovering like in my hallway, and there was this like dark energy. It looked like a man, but it was like just dark, cloudy. Devin, I see what you're saying. And I was like attacking it with some kind of energy, and then I woke up with sleep paralysis, and it was like right here,
like laying beside
staring
you?
at me, but it doesn't have a face. It's just like this cloudy like man figure, like looking at me. It was so scary. Like that kind of shit is what I'm talking about.
Was it standing beside you or like laying next to you?
Beside me somewhere. I don't know. It was just there. I was obviously like in bed, but I don't know if it was standing or whatever, but it was just there.
That's
it was really
nuts.
scary. I don't know.
Kevin, I recommend not reading Devyn's book. I feel like it's gonna trigger more sleep
Violet?
paralysis.
No,
the other one. The Nightmare.
You have another book, Devin, that I don't know about? What's going on?
I was promoting it on the show and on my socials.
Devin, I don't even listen to your podcast that much. I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I didn't expect you did. But
I make a podcast and I don't listen to podcasts. Please,
No, you're good. You're fine. I figured you didn't listen like that, but I also promoted it on my social. Stop. Either you listen to it or you don't. It's cool. You've already said it.
Maybe one.
Oh my god.
And a half.
Anyways, I wrote a short story on sleep paralysis episodes, and I turned it into a horrific experience. It's called The Nightmare.
Oh, that's really smart of you, Devin. What the hell? Good for you.
Well, I
that's,
kind of
really
just stole
smart.
Alfred's life story. I rewrote a lot of it, changed it, and then turned his final dream into the worst one. And essentially, spoiler alert, his mom comes back from the dead and starts attacking his sleep paralysis. And so he sees like her crawling into his room every night and crawling into his bed, and it's her decapitated corpse.
Make that into a movie. What's going on? I want to watch that.
I told Eddie to
already
turn it
working on
into
it,
a
don't worry.
short film. And he's like, I don't want to.
Then steal the idea. Trademark that shit right now under your name, or I'm doing it.
It's a book. It's already out there. It's published. Copyrighted.
Oh, well, but the movie.
They'd have to get the rights with
Oh,
me.
yeah, that's like. Listen, honestly, that sounds like such a great movie idea, and I hope nobody makes like a weird remake of it who's listening to your show.
It's fine. As soon as I get my hands on it, it's gonna turn amazing, because everything I touch turns to gold. I'm just kidding.
Thank you,
Right,
Kevin.
right.
Thank you. Thank you so
Thanks
much,
for coming.
Kevin. Thank you for giving him that reaction and humbling him.
It was just
I'm gonna
funny. He
humble
didn't
you
humble
so
me.
quickly. I'll humble you, sweetie. I'll humble you.
Humble me. Try. Are you gonna roast
can't,
my
sorry.
cover for The Cries of the Jam?
The what?
My first book.
You have another book, Devin? I don't know any of these books that you have, Devin.
Well, you know Violet, and nobody knows about Violet. It's unreleased, and I haven't talked about it.
I mean, you posted on your thing, whatever, but
Yeah, but those are just the people that follow me, and they don't know that much about it. I
wanna
have
talk
had
about
like
it?
9 beta readers, and only one has gotten back to me.
And what? Oh, Are you talking about like the people who are rejecting?
No, I've had people reading it to give me feedback in the book. Different perspectives.
And what are you getting so far?
Nothing. I only got one response, and the person only got to 150 pages.
I know
Shut
someone
up.
Who
It
I
was Eddie.
it was Eddie.
Yeah.
It's a long ass
my
book.
God. It is a big book, honestly.
It's a big.
I'm
bitch,
not a big like reader. It's a big bitch.
but
It's a
it's a
good
good
bitch.
bitch. Yeah.
No, what was that? What was that from that movie? What's the movie that comes from? That's a
Which-
huge bitch. What was that?
Oh,
There's a movie
Deuce
that-
Bigelow.
Yes. Smart, thank you, Devyn.
Thanks.
Those movies are so controversial now in this day and age.
Ah,
that,
man,
like,
I wish we
people
could
are
just
so-
have good comedy like that again.
good
We're
comedy.
not.
Yeah. Now everyone's like hurt about it. You know,
You can't
like
say
that's
shit.
not me.
That's-
Sadly, no. I don't want to like get your show canceled, but like that's kind of like what it is. You know, it's
You're not gonna get us canceled. Well, we fight off the protesters.
Yeah, yeah.
Tea. Do you have protesters? Is that what's is like? Have you guys? What's the tea here? Have you guys gotten like negative people trying to attack your show or anything like
Personally,
Just
like
each
in our
other.
personal lives,
that? Really?
but nothing like we haven't had any outsiders come and go. You're offensive.
Who, me?
No, we haven't had anybody.
No. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no one
waiting.
no
I'm
one has
waiting.
told us we're offensive.
well, how do you conversate about anything without saying anything offensive? You know, does that make sense? I don't know.
Like we can't have conversations without people expressing their viewpoints because it might
I
offend
guess, yeah,
somebody.
you're right.
You know, so we
I'm
just
offending a lot of people just existing.
yeah. So fuck it. You know,
Exactly.
just have conversation. We will offend people just by existing. Everybody does.
Yeah.
So like, just be
Yeah.
yourself. You know, fuck it.
Wait, I gotta do the little sound.
Is it the gay thing
Be
sound?
yourself.
Yep, it's the gay thing sound.
I
Yeah,
like that sound.
I don't know. I do that a lot with my podcast. I use that sound.
Do
Oh
it,
my god,
do it.
this is the first time I'm using that sound. What?
The gay thing sound.
Oh. She's screaming faggotry.
Am
No,
I
no,
gonna have to
wait.
bleep that out?
I have to use I have to say something else with it. What'd I say? Fuck.
Gay people.
Oh, ready? Gay people. Yeah.
Am I gonna have to bleep out when he said faggot?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to use that because, like, that's like a, you know,
It's a fun
I'm gay,
word.
everyone. I want to say it. Sorry. God.
I think they do. I think they do, Kevin.
Didn't you already talk about like scary stories, like on like your thing, or like what? Or is this like a me thing?
Yeah, well, we have. I talked about almost all of my experiences,
do
but
talk about a
recently I've
lot
been
of
having
things.
some weird ones. Like the other
Some
day, I
sexual
saw
ones,
a
I
figure
hope.
in my room.
Sexual ones? Did he touch you?
Yeah,
He
touched
molested
me
you,
in my
didn't he?
private parts.
Sorry, I don't want to like offend anyone. Is she, he, they, them, touch you?
He definitely tried.
What happened? What do you mean, like
No,
a figure?
no.
Is your house like haunted?
I don't know. It might be. I didn't feel anything when we got here. There have been certain houses.
He didn't feel anything.
There have been certain houses when I walk in, I feel it, you know, in the air. But I never felt it with this house. But over the last few years, we've had a lot of weird experiences here.
I hit myself. I'm so sorry.
I think it's just the area because we live in the same area. Like I've seen a skinwalker out here before.
Shut the hell! Stop! Don't even stop! No, we're not Devyn.
No, I
I sometimes
get
I'm
you.
out there at the park and all that shit. Don't tell me these things.
It wasn't
Devyn,
at the park.
please.
It's closer to my area. But
Okay, you need to tell me because I don't know this story and like if you spoke about it, cool. But I want to know.
I don't think Eddie let me tell it on the show because he was getting freaked
No,
out.
you did tell me.
Eddie, do you
say
get
it.
freaked out by these things like easily?
Fuck yeah!
So you're the weird person in the group when you're like we're in physical like when we're like together that we can't even speak about aliens or anything because you would get weird, right?
Well,
Is
no,
that-
no. Aliens we could talk about, but I don't like talking about skinwalkers or ghosts or
Damn it! I wanted to listen to
No,
Devyn's
it's okay. I'm
story.
gonna
No,
tell
line.
you
we-
anyways.
no.
He can.
no.
mute
He's
me or
gonna
something.
he's gonna say he's gonna say it anyways. I don't care, but
Okay, so I was coming home late from my warehouse job, and I worked the night
Uh-huh.
shift. So I would be coming home at like 6 a.m. sometimes, or if we had an early day, I would be leaving at like 2 a.m. Right? And so on this particular day, it was one of the early days in deep winter where the product kind of slows down a little bit and our days get shorter. So I'm driving back at like 2 a.m. I get on Camino Verde. I'm getting cotton mouth. Excuse my pronunciation. I get on Camino Verde and then I come down and I'm driving. And I don't know if you've ever gone
Yeah.
down the whole way to the little dead end, but there's sections of
Yes, I have
desert
actually.
on either side where there's like no buildings.
They're
During
literally building houses there now.
Yeah. Well, at the crossroads where there's all those 4 sections of desert, I was driving and I remember looking over and seeing a coyote like on its 4 legs. And I was like, oh shit, there's a coyote out here. That's cool. And as I was
Yeah.
saying that, it stood up onto its hind legs and its paws are like this. And then it turned and looked at me in the car. Like it made eye contact
What
with
the
me.
fuck is going on right now?
And then as I continue to drive by it, I'm like turning my head and looking at it. And then it's turning its head to match the car. And then it watches my car as I drive off and turn into my section.
Stop! Shut up right now.
And the
Damn
entire
it, please.
time, it's standing on its hind legs and it didn't get back down onto its all
I'm getting
fours.
chills. This is so fucking stupid. I hate this.
It stood on its hind legs all the way to when I turned. And so I immediately got out of the car.
Oh god. Oh god. It just scared the shit out of me.
And now, time for a word from our sponsor, Dubby. Dubby is a powder-based energy drink designed to be a great tasting boost that's not going to leave you jittery or crashing. It's got 150 milligrams of caffeine and it's packed full of vitamins to help you get through your day. It's perfect for gamers or people who are just looking for a quick boost. Like I've said before, I use it before I go to the gym and I'm in love with it. All of their caffeine is pulled from natural resources and it just gives me a boost that regular energy drinks don't provide. So, if you'd like to try out Dubby, use code MOONMEN at checkout to save yourself 10% off. That's code MOONMEN to save 10% off at checkout. I've been drinking the Galaxy Grenade flavor and it's one I really enjoy, but they have a wide selection of flavors for you to try. And they have some really nice shakers. So, if you're interested, go check out Dubby and use code MOONMEN. Thanks again to Dubby for sponsoring the show. So, the coyote was standing on its hind legs all the way until when I turned, right? And the little desert section
Jesus
is like
Christ.
maybe a street away from my house. So I immediately get out of the car and run into the garage and close the garage. And I walk into my
Fuck
room.
that.
But my room is on the bottom floor and there's like an alleyway next to my room. And so the entire night I was just staring at the window waiting for the fucking guy to like come and walk by the little alleyway by my window.
Stop it right now, Devin, please.
And that's down the road from your house.
I've walked at night, like literally at 2, 3 in the morning like that, Devin. Like at night.
Why?
Like, I've walked a far, far way, that, and don't think I would stare. I would literally like look back.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna.
would look
There's a
back
high
at-
probability that you'll see him because there's a skinwalker out here that likes to hide as a coyote.
This is so I can't right now.
You just
This is,
asked
like,
me to
really
tell you, so
screwed.
this is up to you.
I know,
This
but
is
like
your
I just like
responsibility.
I hate that, Devin. That's so.
Kevin's not gonna go outside anymore.
I'm not
At least
going
not at 2 in
outside
the
at night
morning.
like that. Listen,
Don't you work in a
we live in
warehouse
the.
too? So it's very similar. You're coming home
I
from
do.
work one day, and you're gonna
Yes.
see it.
I mean, lately the sun's coming out more, whatever, and I don't work like super like night shift like you or whatever. I don't know what you work, but I've always felt like because we're in the desert. We live in a desert. There's a bunch of animals all the time. Literally, if I go outside right now, I'm gonna scare like some kind of desert rabbit, and it's gonna run away or something.
Mm-hmm.
But hearing shit like that, and like you with your own eyes, you saw that. That's like what makes me like think like fuck like.
And I really
could be these kinds of
considered whether or not I saw it because I wanted to believe I was tripping.
Can I want to say another story within this desert with where we live.
Go ahead.
Where I live actually.
Go ahead.
So this involves like an alien kind of thing, like extraterrestrial kind of story. I wasn't there, but my brother and my sister were. So this road right here that's next to my house, it's like back then it was just where I live right now. This was the first set of like neighborhood. It was the park and like this whole street was the houses and that's it. And then later on they started building, where like Devyn lives, like, for example. But before it was just way more desert. So my sister and my brother were coming, I don't know, from somewhere in the car. And my brother like stares at the the side to the window while they're driving, and he sees a triangular something in the sky.
Really?
Like 3 points of light, triangular, like right there in detail. He's like, it's literally there. And he looks at my sister. He says, this is what they said, that he stared at my sister and was like, do you see that? And then they both stare and they see this triangular spaceship thing in the sky. What? And they're like, you see that, right? Like, they turn at each other and they're like, we're not like insane, right? We see this. They look back and it's gone.
So maybe
how
they
do you
were
explain that? Both of them, but like, how do you two of them? And I don't know. Maybe our brain is capable of doing playing games on us.
No,
really
well, I've had an experience similar to that where me and a friend of mine saw a creature in our elementary school. I won't go into whole detail, but we were looking at the neighboring houses by our school, and in the second floor window, me and him both saw a man. It was a man-like creature with no facial features. It was just a blank face with the protruding nose.
Slender Man,
essentially. But it was regular skin. He had your complexion. He was regularly skin colored, and he was just staring at us. And then he closed the blinds. We both saw that.
I'm dead. I cannot. Oh my god.
So I'm sure
the
it
way
does
that
happen.
I would be traumatized by seeing something like that with my own eyes. Like I've experienced like shit but not to a point like that. And I don't know how. I don't know. When I was young, I would. Obviously, a lot of kids are scared of the dark, right? But when I was really young, oh my god, I would run because the house was always dark and shit.
Would you turn off the light and then run through the darkness?
I would run, yeah. So like in the two-story house, the bathroom was where the staircase is at, and like it's a dark hallway. And when we would have like weird family nights where we would watch a movie or something.
And that's weird.
I literally sometimes I would be like, somebody take me to the bathroom, please, because like I'm a little kid and I'm scared of the dark, right? And sometimes when I would go by myself, I would like run and turn on the light, go to the bathroom, whatever, and then do that. My sister's room was right there, so like sometimes her door would be open, and it's like hella dark in there too. So like the light wouldn't help because it's dark. And then I go to the bathroom, I get out of the bathroom, I don't even turn off the light in the bathroom. I go to the light switch and get prepared to run and turn off the light and just run to my family. Cause like
and then
every single time. And like I said, in that household, like I would hear shit all the time. Like that happens. I've been alone in this house where I'm in right now, like for like a whole week, for example, a couple of weeks like that, like alone completely. And I don't experience anything. I'm fine. I could sleep fine. And there's no problems. I don't hear anything. But these other houses that I lived in, there was something there always, energy, whatever, and always sounds and shit happening.
You know what's fucking nuts?
What is it?
You live right in front of the other house, right? There's always a chance you could open the window at night, look across the street, and then see a figure staring at you on the other side of the street or inside the house.
And it's dark here, right? Like our neighborhoods are like really dark where we live. And that's on purpose, right? Because of like some other regulations. But it's scary. There's not a lot of light, I don't know.
Maybe you got to stop taking your 2 a.m. walks.
I'm not taking 2 a.m. walks. Okay. I know somebody who lives in this neighborhood that does. And who knows what they probably, I should ask them. I should be like, hey, have you seen anything? Because my friend over here saw a skinwalker. So how are you?
You doing good? My brother saw
He runs over there. He runs at night, like in that area.
What?
Where you're talking about. Yeah, he runs.
Have you heard about these doppelganger stories?
What do you mean? Wait, of what? Like around the world?
Of yourself?
Like,
no. Well, of yourself and of like other people. Like I've been hearing a bunch of stories popping up recently.
But the scary version, like where you
like you see a family member kind of who is on the other side of the state come to visit you, or you hear your brother upstairs and he's at work, or you think your mom called you and she's not even home.
That happened to me. That happened to me.
It did? You have a doppelganger story?
So listen, when I was young, I can bring in my mom right here and just ask her one question. She would tell you.
Okay.
When I was young, out of all my family, and this is where I believe in all this shit. I've always had sleep paralysis, vivid dreams. I really dream very vividly. But the thing that happened to me when I was young was night terrors. a lot of night terrors constantly.
Really?
And yes, and I would be. It's this impending doom feeling. It's extremely traumatizing. I don't know. It's like scary the way you feel. And one thing that would help me is drinking a shit ton of water. I don't know, for some reason. I think it's like, I don't know. I would drink a lot of water. Maybe my heart rate like lowered or something. I don't know. But I would a lot of those moments where I would have those night terrors, I would be calling my mom, like yelling at her, like ma, like, because I need somebody there. I was a little kid, of course, like duh. And I would sometimes I would hear a response, but she never came. Like I would hear my mom's response, but she never came to the room or was sleeping. There was other moments where I have called like that as an adult, and I hear their voice like say something back and nothing, and I'm like, but they're not here, or like nothing like that. That shit happened to me. So and with some family members, of course. But and there was this one time too, like, you know how, I don't know, Devyn, if like, or the viewers, where like my mom would be, when I was young, to scare me, she would be like, te va a agarrar el diablo, like the devil's gonna get you, right? Some shit like that to scare me.
My mom used serial killers.
Yeah, she would say that shit to me, right? So one time she said that in that 2-story house, and I hear like a vase breaking upstairs.
Ooh,
like
fuck.
It just, she said that, and then I look upstairs, I hear like this breaking, and I'm like, "Oíste eso? Like, did you hear that?" She's like, no, but like, but that's what I'm saying. And I'm like, okay, well, wow, thank you for scaring me, but like, what the fuck? Like, what? It was a clear like breaking glass sound, right? And we go upstairs. I tell her, because I'm like, I heard like something broke. Nothing's broken. Everything's fine. So like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? But is that a doppel? Is that like another?
I don't know.
if
I
that's-
think because like the ones that I've been hearing, right? Like one that stood out to me was where a mom was sitting in the living room, and her son came home from school, and he said hi to her, and he walked upstairs, right? And then the dad came home from work, and he asked where the son was, and she's like, "Oh, he's upstairs." And then the dad walks upstairs because he needed to go talk to him, and then 5 minutes later, the son walks into the house. He's all, "Hi, mom." And then she's like,
I'm done.
"What are you doing here?" And then he's like, "What are you talking about? I just got home from school. The bus was late." And she's like, "What?" And then the dad comes down. He goes, "Hey, he was never upstairs." And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm here. What do you want?" So like they both, like, I've been hearing a lot of stories like that.
Fuck that, Devyn, please. Imagine.
That's fucking nuts, right?
Oh wait, okay. Oh my god. Sorry, I got so excited. I don't. What were you saying, Eddie? Though, like,
I was gonna say that's a new thing I've been seeing on TikTok. There's this audio that says if you see yourself, you have to run away. But like they have it
like that.
They have it like in a 1950s radio voice saying, and it's creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So I don't know if those count as doppelganger stories, because doppelganger stories will be like if you are walking in a forest and then you see yourself. That's considered a doppelganger.
That's what I've been hearing.
That what they experience could just be like a ghost story or something.
I guess, but there's a lot of accounts that have been popping up. I'm gonna let you go, Kevin. Don't worry. But they're all of somebody seeing another family member, or a family member asking after them when they were there the whole time, you know? And it's like people that they know. It's like your family, people that you talk to every day. It's like you wouldn't mistake them for somebody else, or you would know if something was off.
Yeah, like they're physically there too. Like,
yeah, like you
tangible.
see them, they interact with stuff, and then the next thing you know, they're walking back into the room. It's like a time loop.
It makes you think of that. Like I like watching, like I like shows and movies that are very like scientific like that, or like things like time loops and stuff like that. But to think like, what if we, you know, because like I like reading like sciencey shit, right? Like the way computers work, our universe is very similar to that, but in its own way. That it makes you think like, what if these are like glitches or some shit, right? I don't know. Like,
so
I'm not saying that we're living in a simulation.
Kevin, you think we live in the Matrix?
Listen, statistically, it's like the probability of us living in some kind of computational kind of thing is like highly likely, right? Because our laws like abide by a lot of like mathematics and a lot of very like perfect rules. they're imperfect, but they're like perfect. That it makes you. It's like a computer, you know. So I don't know. Like I don't know if you guys heard of like the study with like how atoms like when they're observed, they behave differently.
When they're observed versus when they're not being observed.
Yeah, they behave differently when they're not being observed. Whether like technology, like sensor, not sensor, well, like cameras and like visual, like our eyes, when they're not being viewed, they behave differently. So it makes you think like you know how you load chunks in a game or you load those you load those graphics whatever when you're staring at it. What's happening behind you in the game is well unless it depends on the computer. But
Oh,
if it's a
I
very
see
like
what you're
ugly
saying. I
computer,
see what you're getting at.
shit's not shit's just it stops.
So like you'll never know for sure because you can never get to the chunks that are not loaded.
Yeah. I don't know.
Dude, that's so fucking nuts if you put it into that perspective. Because if you look at it like game and all the chunks in a certain radius are loaded
Yeah.
in, right? How would
Yes.
you ever know if the other side of the earth
And that
isn't?
happens here, like in real life. And like the thing is that I think these things are so shocking to people, or like some people are like, that's not true. But in reality, like we study this. Like we study like everything is a theory. I mean, gravity is a theory. We don't know what the fuck is in our Earth's core. In reality, we really don't know.
The oceans.
You know, everything is a theory. We actually just made a discovery with like the James Webb Telescope looking far into the future, and it's completely changing history books because now we think that the universe is much older than what we thought. So that kind of shit, right?
Wow.
It's but we study this like atoms like literally behave completely differently when they're being observed, but when they're not, they they act differently, like a video game does, and that's why it brings up these ideas of like, what if we live in some kind of not computer, but like some kind of computational like laws, right? Like a computer does, and as above, so below, left and right, sun and moon, you know, him and she and her, whatever genders. There's always like a polar opposite, and some kind of copy, you know, that maybe the way that we're making computers is how our universe works, but more advanced, right?
Oh,
I think
dude.
where
That is so
our graphics are
freaking-
really, you know, no, like you know, we have Unreal Engine that's really, really amazing with its stuff. Now
Unreal
it makes
Engine
you think,
5
like,
too.
yeah, we're making movies with that. Like we're making like The Mandalorian look so incredibly real, but it's all made in Unreal Engine, right? So it makes you think, what if, you know, we're putting Unreal Engine in games now, like we're working on games like that. What if one day we're capable of just completely going into some kind of simulation that is so real, and our VR is just only the beginning right now. Like we're really changing the game and where we're going with virtual reality.
Well,
What makes
one
it
day
worse-
you-
One day I think
Oh, whoa, all at once. Holy
Whoa,
shit.
all of us at the same time.
Okay,
Ba, ba, ba,
go
ba, ba,
ahead,
ba.
Eddie.
Well, one thing they're trying to accomplish is when someone puts on a VR headset or just goes into a new world, they want to they don't want someone to distinguish the difference between the game and the real world. And soon
Yeah.
enough, we're like 10 years away, maybe even less.
I believe that too. We're really getting confused.
And what makes it worse is if this theory is correct, where we are living in a simulation and we're able to replicate that. Like I always said, that's the defining factor. If we're able to replicate a civilization in computers, then we know for a fact there's a probability we were the same way. And how do we know, like in the Rick and Morty episode, it won't continue to just go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper?
Yeah.
Like
I watched
it'll
Rick
be
and
its
Morty today.
own never-ending universe of universes. And it's fucking insane to think about.
It's mind-boggling.
Like, what if we were our own gods all along?
Stop, Devyn.
Well, I'm
You're fucking with my brain now.
I'm high, so it's all connecting.
Everything is connected.
But like, we were our
Like,
own
we're
gods
like
this whole
one.
time. We created ourselves, but then we would have to figure out who's our originator and who created them and what's their universe like.
You know, there's this YouTube channel called In a Nutshell. I absolutely love watching them. I have like a plushie in my room right now with it. But they have an episode called The Egg. You can search on YouTube. It's called.
Is
I
it
know what
Andy
you're talking
Weir's
about.
story?
Yeah,
Story.
it's that story. It's like that. Like, what if, you know, we're like some kind of.
We're all connected,
what is it?
and we're like,
The movie Soul kind of plays with that kind of
I
idea
love that movie.
too.
It makes
you
me
know?
cry every
I
time.
haven't seen it.
It is. Devin.
I know.
What is wrong
I
with
just
you?
I haven't made
That
time.
that this one character in it, like I love the I like the animation, like when they're going into this realm, and then that lady, that weird energy being, says, she says something like, I'm the coming together of all like places, and then she says, but in like a form so that your feeble human mind can understand. And I'm like, that's so interesting. I love that. I love watching shit like that because it's like there's this like quantum being that is just being, it's just coming to that guy in that form for it to understand. It's just,
It doesn't freak you out, because that freaks me out. Like when I zoom out too much, like thinking about
Eddie,
what's outside our universe, and then what's outside that, like if I feel
when
like
I
if
tell you, no, when I tell you that I have existential crisis at night a lot, that happens to me, and I have to
Dude,
get up
yeah.
out of my bed and literally breathe and be like, okay, I'm fine. I'm gonna die one day, but I'm fine. Like,
You start
I
having
think
panic
too
attacks,
much.
right? I used to give
I
myself
do. I
panic
start thinking
attacks.
too much.
Like, I have a lot of PTSD from when I was a kid, and so sometimes I'll get random panic attacks. But my main source was always self-inflicted, because then I would start zooming out, like he said, and I saw that. Have you ever seen Cosmos with Neil deGrasse Tyson?
Yes, all the time.
I don't know if it's the first or second episode, but the one of the beginning episodes, they like show you the scale of the universe, right? And they
Yeah.
pull all the way back to like the fabric of the universe. And watching that for the first time gave me one of the worst existential crises in my life. It lasted like 2 days, and the entire time nothing satisfied me, and I was fucked up for a while after that. Watching that for the first time and realizing just how minuscule you are. Like, if
Yeah.
you have to start at the atom and then pull all the way back.
And there's things that
you're
are
gonna...
smaller than that, than the atom.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a whole subatomic universe that we've never even seen before. There could be universes living inside of us, like fucking Men in Black.
fuck, I can go to so many tangents. I need to like slow down.
we're gonna freak each other out at this point.
No,
But
I just
like,
can
I
go
can't
to
stop thinking
many
about it.
places, Eddie. Like, I can go literally everywhere, like with these kinds of topics. But when I was little, I was like, "Oh my god, look, the universe!" Like, I'm not like in Devyn's position. Like, I was always excited to watch these things. But existential.
When I love it. I love space. I've always loved space. I always like watching the stars or whatever, and I like to learn about it. But it was learning that fact for the first time at an age where I could comprehend what it really meant.
Yeah,
that fucked me up.
Is
Plus,
the
I was
Earth
watching
flat?
it at night. I might have been high. I don't remember. It just killed me.
Oh god, my lights turned on. I have like a routine.
It's the demons.
Never mind.
You're gonna keep going, huh?
Because it's just I could just talk about that all the time, dude. It's just insane.
Okay, let's see where you go with this. Are people born evil or are they made evil?
The movie Soul plays with that idea too.
What's your stance on it?
When you look at, like, for example, like Jeffrey Dahmer, when you look at that kind of stuff, it makes you think, like, is it like a mental thing? Like, are they just born like that? Like, I feel like was born gay, right? Does that make sense? Because like since I was little, I've always had like some difference and some kind of weird, like, I don't like women kind of thing, but I never focused onto it. And like, that's similar, with a lot of other people's stories. But evil, like shit like that, I don't know, dude. I think it depends. I think we all have both, if that makes sense. But external factors, the way you grow up and shit like that, change. Either makes it pivot that way or that way, right? I don't know.
Well, me and Eddie had this talk before, and I said that it was a mixture of both, but it's very dominant on who you are as a person, right? Because our personalities hardly change from when we're young to when we're old. Like, you'll show the same tendencies that you had as an infant as a 32-year-old, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of toyed with that idea in Violet, where is it the circumstances that happened to this character that made her the way she was, or was it that she was destined to be this way, right?
Yeah. And I sometimes I believe in like destiny and shit like that. Listen,
Do you believe it all happens for a reason, like it's preordained?
not everything, but a lot of things that happen to my life personally, like I'm like, this is for a reason. Clearly, like I wouldn't. It's weird. Like everything seems so. There's a lot of things that happen in my family that you there. A lot of things align too perfectly sometimes in the right moment where you're like, that was very
Weird.
strange that happened in that way. You know, so I don't know.
So you don't think so you don't think the small shit that happens to you was written, just the big shit? So like, what are you doing?
No, I'm like thinking. I'm thinking of like, oh wait,
No. I'm asking Devin. What the fuck is he doing?
playing with the
Pass me the ball.
Okay, ready?
Oh.
Ah, imagine he
missed
grabbed it. That would be
Yeah,
so
that'd be gnarly.
It just
I'd be
disappears
like,
into
"How
a
high
portal,
am
and then we're
I?"
like absolutely shocked. And then we have that moment, like in the movie, fucking that movie where the three guys get telekinesis powers from
Oh,
that meteor.
Fucking
it's
What's it called?
fuck. It's like super. No,
Imagine though,
fuck. It
I know what
starts
you're
with a
talking
C.
about.
super
No.
or something.
No, it's
No, it's
not
not super.
chlorophyll. It's
No, bitch. Chlorophyll.
No.
Chlorophyll.
It's the guy from
Chloroform.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, that guy. I know the name. I know
don't
the
know it.
Chronicle. There you go. Chronicle.
Is it
I
Chronicle?
love that movie.
Yeah,
'cause,
it's Chronicle. It has Michael B. Jordan and
Yes.
Miles
Yeah,
Teller.
it does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Imagine though. Like,
What are we talking about?
I don't know.
People being born good and evil.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
people being born good and evil. Good or evil.
No. It was.
Okay, wait.
Maybe.
I feel like we gotta switch because we are limited for time this episode. But I got other shit I want to ask you. What's the highest you've ever been?
Oh God. Oh, one time and that's it. I took this strain called head cheese with my brother and his friend.
Head
And
cheese.
head cheese. Yeah, it's a strain. And like I smoked it, right? But then I'm like, wow, that was a little bit. And I was coughing so much. I'm like, coughing, I spit. I got some more. Stupid idiot Kevin got more. And then it just hit me. Everything started becoming incredibly clear in my ears. I could hear the fucking chime from across the thing right here. Everything was so delayed. I hated that feeling. And I'm a very anxious person, so I started overthinking the shit out of it. And I had to just sit on the floor and breathe and ride the whole wave of like 2 hours worth of me being high and everything being extremely delayed. I don't want to experience that again. I just don't want to
Really?
experience that.
I mean, I'm down the
strain.
street.
I don't know if it's the strain or whatever, but everything was just is that normal, Devin? I don't know. I'm not a weed
Yeah.
connoisseur.
There's a little bit of a delay. You kind of feel like you're moving.
I
in
hate
slow
that.
motion. But that's if you get abnormally high.
Well,
like-
I got that high.
Like right now, I'm at like maybe a 3 or 4, and I'm just kind of chilling. Like my body feels good. There's a little bit of a delay. But overall, I just kind of feel more like a light buzz.
What
Like
what
when
is
you're
what did you
drinking.
take? Like an indica hybrid?
It's a sativa. It's a cake bar, and it's called Pink Passion Assassin. Pink Passion. I can't do it, Eddie.
Pink Passion
Assassin.
Yeah, thank you.
What's
happened
happening?
last
You're
time,
not at
too.
a 3, Devin. You're not at a 3.
I think it's getting worse. This happened last
Nice,
time. I was
Kevin.
trying to say it for like 2 minutes, and Eddie was just laughing at me. But normally, I smoke hybrids. I had to stop because I get really bad munchies with hybrids, and then I fuck up my
okay.
diet. I start eating everything in the fridge, and then people can kind of tell when I'm like, yeah, just slowly eating.
Devin, I would get high with my brother and I would control my munchie cravings. Like I wanted everything, but I didn't eat it.
Yeah, but like I'm so strict with my diet all the time that like when I'm high, I'm like, it's gonna be the only chance you could do it, bro. And I'm like, honestly,
So you're telling me I was really high?
yeah, you were
Because
probably at, like, a
everything was
9.
extremely delayed. It was like I moved and then it like came to me. It was
Okay.
annoying. It was so
Like-
annoying because I couldn't, everything I did, every behavior, everything I moved, it was like a delay. It was so annoying. It's like, it fucks with your head. I'm like,
You were
why?
probably at like an 8.
Okay,
Like the highest
well,
I've ever been was when I smoked with my brother and his
Yeah.
friends. They had a blunt
oh
with
God.
like 2 grams of weed, and it was called Saturn, and they said it was really strong.
Saturn, of course.
And I was like, okay, sick. Like, smoke me out. And so they smoked me out. I took like maybe 5 hits. And they do their hood, they're ghetto. So when you hit it, they like hit you in the chest and they're like ghosted and they do all these crazy games or whatever, right? So by my 4th hit, I'm already feeling it. I'm like, I need to stop.
Yeah, God, no.
It was soon afterwards that I started to experience the feeling of floating, and I physically felt like I was floating into the air, and if I wasn't holding onto something, I was gonna fly away. So I grabbed onto the car door because we're in the middle of the desert. I grab onto the car door and I'm holding myself, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "If I let go, I'm gonna float away." And they're like, "You're not gonna float away. Come here." And I was like, "No, I don't want to float away. I like it here." And so I got into the car and I put on my seatbelt and I was like, "I'm not floating away. Let me know when you guys are done." And then I fell asleep and then I woke up, and you know the feeling you get like in your jaw, like you could feel it, the pressure.
Yeah.
I woke up and I had all the pressure on me and like I could barely move my body and everything was all delayed and my thoughts are scattered. And then they're like, "Do you want some Sour Patch Kids?" I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want some Sour Patch Kids."
Oh my God, dude.
And so I grabbed the Sour Patch Kids and I ate the whole bag by the time we got to my house.
I don't know.
So you weren't that high, but you were
I don't want to be that high anymore. I don't want to reach that, Devyn. It was just, I don't like it.
Did it scare you?
I think, yes, I'm very anxious. Like, it gives me anxiety, like, just thinking about it. I don't want to experience that.
Like, I don't get when people say they get anxiety with weed, because then I'm like, just smoke more weed and calm down.
Listen, so after that, I would still do it, but very, like, low amounts. I would feel like I'm floating. Like, I love that feeling. But not the delay. It was more, I don't know what kind of strain I took that time. That would make me feel that way. I loved it though, because I love meditating like that.
Well, if you want to, well, what? No, wait. When you masturbate high, when you can't control the release.
Well, it's just like you're not feeling it too. It's like somebody else is doing it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah, it feels like another person's hand, and then I noticed that you.
So you're addicted to that shit. You just want to do that.
You can't control the release, and so it's just like you let everything out. Like it's a good nut. Like your balls hurt.
It is. I don't know. But I've never had like sex while doing that, right? I don't know.
I have. It's the same story. So you got to mind your pullout game. Everybody listening.
I'm gay, so it's different. Sorry.
Yeah, it's different. I would still mind the pullout game because that's a bad cleanup. That's a spread the cheeks cleanup. I don't
spread the cheeks for me, daddy.
I love that we have sound effects now. Check that out. It's so fucking tight. But yeah, what the fuck are we talking about?
Strains, weed, getting high.
Strains, weed, getting high.
Oh, masturbating.
I would say if you want to experiment.
Wait, hold on, Devyn. I have something to say about masturbating.
He loves.
So
I fucking hate you.
My boss was telling me that there's this one time, he put his hand in between the mattress and the box cushion, and he left it there for like 15 minutes until it got numb. And
no! Oh no!
And then he said that he started to jerk off, and it felt like someone was jerking him off. But then he's all like, "You have to get a choice of meat, bologna, turkey, whatever, right?"
Oh God, no! What?
You get two pieces of that meat. Let's say it's turkey. You get the turkey and you put it between the mattress and the box, you know?
Oh no.
and then he put Vaseline on each side, and then you just start going ham, and then it'll feel like, you know.
What
this is so stupid.
I haven't tried it.
Hard
Don't
to
worry.
get laid?
Desperate times.
It's easy. Desperate time comes from desperate measures.
Did you know they did a study recently, and 30% of men in the United States today have not had sex in the last year or are virgins?
Wow.
What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that.
Eddie, what do you have to say about this?
What's wrong with that?
I'm glad. I'm glad to be a part of a small minority.
Eddie, no, like for real. Like,
no, it's a growing majority because it's becoming harder and harder for men to get with women.
Oh, God.
And
Well, yeah.
They even noticed that a lot of these men have never been in relationships before.
What's wrong with that?
And they're kind of worried about the population numbers and just men's overall mental health, because a lot of these guys are just staying home and not interacting, not getting girls. And
what's wrong with that?
I'm trying to phrase it in a way that doesn't offend you, but that's what they're talking about. Okay, you're a real
Is
concern
this
to the
like
nation,
Eddie? Is this Eddie? Eddie, are you
No.
okay?
Yes.
Well, yeah, he's part of this group, but like Eddie, you're freaking out the politicians. You gotta
Are you
go
okay,
get
Eddie?
laid.
Good. Fuck them kids. We have too many people on this planet.
This
We
is
do
the
have a
national
lot of people,
concern.
apparently. Do we? I don't know. Conspiracy theory? Are we being lied to?
I
Well-
think we're overpopulated.
Yeah, we're over. We're
Just on
overpopulated.
natural land, if we were able to expand into the ocean, we could fit. I think they estimated it at like 40 billion people or
We're
something.
working on that too.
Yeah, but
I
we need
hate
to.
that we're working on a lot of shit, but like money, politics, and like everything else is a problem.
It's always gonna be a problem.
I know. Well,
If money wasn't an issue, this world would be, I feel like, a happier place.
we are at such a big pivotal
What is
point.
this? A beauty pageant? That is so basic. If
What
money
he ta- what-
didn't
what he said?
exist- yeah.
Yeah.
If money didn't exist, this place would be better.
And then he has to end it with, and world peace.
He would get that crown though.
Fuck yeah, Will.
Eddie, as a virgin.
The virgin.
Eddie, what the hell? What are you doing? What are you waiting for?
The right one.
I guess. I don't know. Is this like a religious thing? What's
Give
going
me the
on?
crown now. Give me the crown now.
He's like, I guess. What? Is it a religious thing?
Yeah. What is
Nope.
it, Eddie? What
no,
is it?
I
then?
just can't. I just can't talk to girls. That's it.
So you're gay,
Well, you're freaking people
No,
out.
I'm
You're
not
freaking
gay.
out the scientists.
I'm not gay. Don't worry.
bisexual.
He might
What?
be.
I'm,
Listen,
You wanna
It's a free
kiss
world.
him, Kevin? See how he feels.
I rate Kevin.
I'll do it.
I appreciate that, Kevin. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You
No,
said
wait,
in the
wait.
last episode, if a guy jerked off to you, you'd be flattered.
You're
Yeah.
welcome, baby girl. Oh my God, really?
Yeah,
Are
that
you
means
gonna put him on your hit
Okay.
list?
I'll let you know what happens tonight, and then yeah, that makes you feel better.
what?
What? Nothing.
He's gonna jerk off to you tonight.
Just send me a good
Do you need
photo.
feet pictures.
Just listen to my voice. That's all you need.
Okay, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
Do a moan or something. Say
No,
something
no,
sexual.
I'm not. I'm okay. I'm okay. Thank you.
I'm waiting.
I'm talking.
Do it the way they do it in Dark Souls.
Eddie, I'm not hard yet.
Where they're
Hurry
like,
up, Eddie. Jesus Christ.
Oh, then it's not fucking working, Kevin. I'm sorry.
Damn. Well, you're gonna have to choose some other person. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll talk.
At
to,
least he tried. He's down for the cause.
Yeah. Thank you for that. I'll.
The cause.
Yeah, the cause.
Yeah, you're down for the cause.
What were we talking about? God.
I don't know. Trying to get Eddie laid.
We're talking
No,
about
but
we're talking
before
about
that-
masturbation. Masturbation.
Oh, while
tricks.
being high.
World population.
Yeah, world population. Let's just.
You
land
guys
on
need to
that.
stop masturbating and start spreading some cheeks. You're freaking out scientists.
Good.
People are into some weird shit.
Did you know that people have had sex with dolphins?
Yeah, I believe that. I believe that.
Wait, Kevin, I want you to hear this next part. Where'd you go?
What
You
was
got a
it?
squishmallow.
Okay, I want you to hear this. Did you know
My white.
that an orangutan was a prostitute once?
What?
There's this country. I don't know the country. I'm not going to name a country, but there was this Asian third world country that had a chimpanzee who was a prostitute and was trained from birth to sexually service people. And it was the village's most popular prostitute. And the SWAT team of that nation had to break down the door, steal the chimpanzee, and put her into rehab.
That is insane. And that is real.
And it's all connected to the cartel or some shit. So people have had sex with chimpanzees.
I'm so
No, it was an
shook right now.
orangutan. Excuse me. It was an orangutan.
This is insane.
A big orange orangutan.
Where do you read these things, Devyn? What is going on
I'm
with
on
you?
a weird side of YouTube.
Devyn has some psychological evaluations that he needs to go.
You watch animal
Then
porn,
there's
don't you?
people. There's
Listen,
people who.
I've
Oh,
seen it.
God.
No, I
What
wasn't
have you
talking to you,
seen?
Kevin. I wasn't talking to you, Kevin. I was talking to Devin.
I know you were.
What have you seen?
Listen, sometimes you go into the deep dark web and you see some weird
No,
shit,
what have you seen?
some dog stuff.
Oh my god!
Listen, it wasn't anything sexual. I just was curious if there's people who do that, and they do. And so, and some other
They
dark
do it
shit
with
too.
everything.
Do not go and search up some shit like that. It's not. Why did I
Dog
watch
porn.
these things? I don't know, and I regret it because now I have these images in my head, and it's like,
Oh man, we got 12-year-olds who listen to this show. Don't listen to Kevin. Kevin's gay.
if you're fuck you. He's like, don't trust a gay person. That's like practically what he said.
Well, you're telling them to look up dog porn, so
No,
I mean,
well,
it's
you
kind of a
literally
fair
said it again.
statement.
Just bleep it out. Just
We should get a live bleeper.
you're gonna have one if you buy
That'd
this
be tight.
machine.
I'm not buying that machine.
You could
We're
do.
gonna get an audio interface with 4 microphone support for $200.
Yeah.
We'll never have to upgrade it.
Listen, I don't have a sugar daddy, but if I did, I would have been like, Devyn, how much do you need? 'Cause,
200.
that's it.
Do you have a sugar daddy? Have you ever had a sugar daddy?
No. Oh my god, I know someone who has, and they're not my friend anymore. And I wanted to say a story that they have with the neighborhood, like the whole thing with your
Go
situation.
ahead.
Like,
That was a nice
but-
tie-in.
What was I saying? That this person, he had sugar daddies, and it was insane because he would just give me money like nothing. Like he would give me money, and like nothing. And I'm like, if I was in your position, I would tell him, like, if I was in your position, what I would do with that money to make more money. But he just didn't care. He's kind of stupid. I'm not friends with him anymore, but he's a little bit kind of dumb. Not to be, but he's kind of stupid. No, he is. He would buy
It's
like
just the way you
designer.
hit your
Listen,
head,
Devyn, he
too.
would buy designer clothes, and like when he got bored of it, would throw it away in the trash.
What?
And I would be
Oh
like,
my
I
God,
can't
that's
even
fucking
fucking
dumb.
think about donating to Goodwill or any shit like that, whatever, or even give it to someone. You throw it in the trash? Are you stupid? Are you fucking?
He's just
dumb?
fucking privileged.
So whatever, we're not friends anymore. But he had sugar daddies, and that was insane. I don't know.
And he saw ghost stuff here?
So he experienced this weird sort of doppelganger situation, but not with himself. It was this other weird person that was.
Oh,
it was
man,
in
I'm
the middle
moving
of the
outta
night.
here.
It's crazy. It was this person, and like, I don't know. I wish you could say the story. I don't know everything fully, but it was a person, and they talked and all these things, and they connected and everything, and the way that they disappeared was strange, and it's just crazy to just somebody that he talked to that he cannot find anywhere. He doesn't live there. Like, he went to that person's house, like in front of their house, and like their car and everything, like not inside the house, but this whole experience. And then the next day he wakes up and it doesn't exist. Like, it's not there. That person doesn't live there. Their car, none of that.
What the fuck?
That kind of thing. But like, he physically touched this person, and nothing sexual, but like just touched him, like, how are you, kind of thing, and interacted with him and everything. And the next day, nothing. I think he also added like some kind of social media, and then the next day it was gone. But at the same time, this person was kind of dumb, so maybe
Yeah.
he made that up in his head, right? I don't know, but he was kind of a little dumb.
Freaked out.
I see him
That-
at
that
work. all the
reminds
time.
me-
That's all I'm saying. I'm exposing him.
That reminds me of something I just thought of. Have you guys heard of those stories of the staircases in the woods? You're never supposed to go up.
Jesus.
Yeah, I've
why?
seen them.
No, I've never heard of this. You've seen
No.
them.
No,
Well, no, I haven't
them.
seen them, but I've
Oh.
heard of the stories. Apparently, it's false. But go ahead, Eddie. Explain it.
So
Yeah, what happened?
there's some staircases around the world that are just abandoned in the woods, and if you come upon one, you're not supposed to climb up them, because if you do, you disappear or some shit like that. You go to heaven, or I don't know. And
wild.
low key, I would like to go up those stairs.
His impulsive thoughts are just gonna get over him.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can't trust Eddie alone in the woods.
Oh,
because
look,
he'd be doing
stairs.
dumb
Like,
shit.
God.
Yeah, and that was the whole story. It's like, why would there be a staircase in the middle of the woods, right? It's always in like some deep part of the reservation or reserves or whatever,
Oh God.
and only the people working there know about them. But I'm pretty sure it's fake. It came out as like a myth. That would have been a fucking tight ass mystery if that just popped up, but I don't know. Like it's kind of like glitching into the back rooms.
Yeah.
The back rooms.
You know
Kevin
that.
loves the back rooms.
You know that they're making a movie about that. But
Can't wait.
you know that there's a trick to get into the back rooms, and
What's
apparently
the trick, Eddie?
it's stupid.
What is it?
You're not supposed to grab the bottom almond milk.
Kevin
from-
kind of got freaked out.
You're not
Grab
supposed
the
to grab the bottom almond milk from a grocery store in a fridge, and if you do, you get teleported into the back rooms or some shit like that.
I get almond milk all the time, Eddie. Now I'm gonna overthink that shit. Thank
No,
you.
no, but is it at the bottom?
Brought to you by Overthinking.
Like which almond milk brand too? Like
They
not
just said
very
almond milk.
specific.
They just said almond milk. One of these days,
That's
Kevin
so fucking
just
stupid.
one of these days, Kevin just grab all of them and see what happens.
Silk is gonna be like, they're gonna tweet something out, and they're gonna be like, "We didn't do that."
I'll message Silk and be like, "Did you take Kevin, you bastards?" They'll be like, "We have no idea what you're
You
talking
never
about."
know. There was a retired CIA agent that lived next to right here in front of us. I would clean his pool, and this guy had some secrets in his head. Like it's crazy.
Well,
Like
yeah.
he
tell you?
It's just wild. He was very smart. He extremely smart. He was always constantly building stuff. He had like a 3D printer. It was old man. I think he has cancer now, and he's living with his like nephews and them for his last moments of life. But I cleaned his pool, and my dad knew him. It's just wild, like what he could know, because the government here, sweetie, I don't know. Like I said, like if we're experiencing these crazy shit, like what is there? I don't know. We don't know. I don't know.
We're also documenting it though. So if we ever go missing, you know it's the government. We're tapping into something.
You know, I've been spied on like by like not police, but like those kinds of like officials, because I was involved with, not that I signed an NDA or anything like that, but I was involved with some people that were being followed, like watched, and I was being watched, which is like scary to think about, like the people taking pictures of you and like in the movies. That's like weird. That's like a thing.
Why you say it all upset? It's like
Because
a thing.
it's like a thing. Like people do that. Like they like are in disguise and like take pictures of people and are studying them or whatever kind of shit. I don't know.
It happens.
Black
Especially,
Mirror,
like, with
dude.
private
Black Mirror.
investigators.
Has anybody watched that show? Please, I hope you guys
I
did,
like
right?
Black Mirror.
I love that because it just really highlights like the possibilities of our reality and shit.
I saw that one fucked up one where the doctor gets the implant in his brain that lets him feel other people's
Yes.
pain.
Then he
That
turns
one
it
was
weird.
weird.
He literally kills like somebody to feel them dying. God.
Yeah, it was so inspiring though. I got like 8 story ideas off of that.
I love Devyn's like brain because he like creates this whole thing with just little things. Like Devyn could make a story out of it. You know, I don't know.
I could.
That's
I just
how-
take inspiration from weird places. Where do you? For those of you that don't know, which is all of you, Kevin writes stories, and he released a book, and it's on Amazon, and it's called The Ferris. Go check it out. But where do
Thank you.
you pull inspiration?
My inspiration comes from, I don't know. No, my inspiration comes from just like little shit, like experiences. Am I being too literal here? But it's just I don't know. I don't really.
Well, because like mine's both. Like sometimes it's just an overall experience. Like I'll know somebody for years, never think
Okay.
about writing a story about them, and then like 5 years afterwards, go, that's kind of interesting. I can't believe I didn't notice that, and then I'll use that in a story.
My brain is, you know, I this is something that I used. Like I grabbed it. I know how to do it. If that makes sense. Like I grabbed this skill of mine, and I'm able to create stuff with it. It helped me a lot, like with college, with like this one college project. But ever since I was young, I've always liked connecting shit together, like the ideas, concepts, like together, because everything is they're intertwined, right? And so that's how I kind of I think get inspired is by just I could see this, for example, right now. I could look at this. It's like this study whatever pattern on my cup, my Starbucks cup, and then I can go into a million different places of this shape. Just the shape. I'm already thinking of a bunch of different things, like that kind of thing. Like I like when I'm speaking to someone passionately about something. I start connecting the dots into a million different areas, and sometimes something really inspiring comes out of it, and I'm like, oh my god, that could be this, that could be this, but I don't write it down, and there's been
How do you
moments where I
guys
have
get your story ideas? Well, okay, I guess this kind of ties into it.
yeah
I don't want to repeat the question, but like concept ideas, I guess, for an actual story, I usually get like a one-liner, like man, in convenience store has to solve a whodunit, right? And then I take it from there, and then I add on layers, and then I figure out what the kind of story is going to be. It's like a man in a convenience store has to solve a whodunit, and it's also a social commentary on Hispanic middle class or whatever, right? And then I'm like, okay, now how do I write it out? What's your guys' process for conceiving a story? Do you get like a line, or do you get like a whole idea?
is he asking
is it
me,
for us?
Eddie?
I'm asking both of you because you're both
Oh.
writers here.
I like the one-liner idea, but
Thank you, Kevin.
no, I've heard of that whole thing, but like I don't know how I don't know.
I
Eddie,
usually
Well,
do
because
the
I
whole.
also
I usually
Go
do
ahead, Eddie.
the whole concept, the whole idea. But how I think is, I think about it right before I go to bed, and if I remember it in the morning, or even if I dream about it, that's how it all plays out. That's how the whole story will play out.
Okay, well, like for me, for example, right? Like the ideas I was telling you about, like I'll write down almost all my ideas in my notes here. So I write down
Very
all
smart.
the fucking ideas I get. And I'll just write something down like this, like an
Okay.
adventure apocalypse story similar to The Hobbit. And then from there, I add on another line. What do I want? And then I add another line. And then when I'm actually building the story, I choose one event that I want the story to cover and build from there. What's the past? What's the history? How do we get here? Where are we going from here? Right?
Yeah.
So what's your process like when you're writing Ferris?
Well, I was gonna bring up a whole thing with like a poem, for example. It's sort of similar. Like I do write shit down on my notes here. I have like notes too, and I bring up some random idea. Like for my podcast, I have a bunch of stuff that I just write, and like there's this one note right here that I wrote down. It says psychological weight, right? So then I that's an episode, psychological weight. Then we go into all of the deep, details with that. So I write a lot of stuff down like that. Even like quotes that I read, like there's this one right here that I wrote saying, "You will never be too much for someone who can't get enough of you." Like that kind of stuff. And that is what I don't know. I think that's like the core of my thing because I've done that with my poems, with that story for sure. I remember doing that. And then my projects, like physical artwork that I've done. It starts with that kind of thing. So I guess it's similar, but in a more different form. You go in a route, whereas you're making a whole story. What I've done a lot is like physical, like or digital work, like making there's this poster series that I did, and it's like talking about mindfulness and stuff, and that was the whole concept. Oopsie, that was the whole concept, and it I thought about, well, what colors bring up this kind of idea. Purples bring up spirituality, and then oranges and beiges bring this kind of tranquil quality. The brown brings up the earth tones, grounding. Then I build off of that, what kind of images come up with that. It's the same thing, layering, but you layer with words and story, but mainly words, really.
I think I layer with like plot. Like I figure out what the concept is, my
okay.
one liner, then I layer with the plot, I layer with plot element, plot element, plot element, and then when I'm actually planning the story, I just think of the most logical conclusion. They're in a convenience store. Okay, where can we go with that? And then I'm like, well, we could go outside into the parking lot. From there, boom, 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 boom.
Of course, I'm inspired by outside stimulus too, right?
That
Experience.
sounds. What do you mean? Like your memories and
Nature,
like things you did.
memories. Yeah, Eddie, what's your thing?
I low key was paying attention because I was looking for your book, Kevin.
Oh, it's a very short book. It's on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's
I
cheap
found
now. But I do
I
have plans on making that book like an actual book. I have a whole thing of the plot and stories and characters that are not even in that book.
Do it.
No, it's like it's literally like I have it all there. But
Do
I
it.
do want to do that and have it, right there. But yeah, no, it's
Do
a
it.
really short story. I made it. Whatever. I don't know.
It's probably gonna take me like
guess.
2 weeks to finish it because it took me like about 2 weeks to finish his book.
Literally one day. That thing is so short. That book that is on Amazon. It's so short.
Mine was only 60 pages.
Yeah,
It's
Devyn's
not
was
even
60
that long.
pages, and it took me a couple days.
Jesus, Devyn,
Okay.
I can't.
Mhm.
I can't read a book.
No, don't read mine. The sleep paralysis one's gonna fuck you up because it's
I
all
wanna
from real
read
life
it.
experiences.
Well, read it at
And
your
then
own risk.
I do manipulative shit to make it harder for people to read.
Smart. That's your
Like,
thing.
like I did a psychological trick with this one where the characters are talking about how if you think about sleep paralysis before you go to sleep, you're scientifically more likely to get it. And so it
Sweet.
puts that in the back of the reader's head that if they're thinking about it before bed, they're going to get it. And then at the end of the book, in my author's note, I was like, thank you for reading. But remember, if you think about it before bed, you're more likely to get an attack.
You evil son of a bitch.
So I do shit like that. And it's just going to make it harder for you to read.
Well, try me, Devyn. I have sleep paralysis.
All right, I'll send you a copy.
Oh,
Maybe.
fuck, that
I'm
was
very
loud.
forgetful, so I'll forget I said that.
Not during
Okay,
post.
I feel like we should start getting... Shut the fuck up. I feel like we should start closing up the show, so I have a question for you, Kevin, that I haven't been able to ask a lot of people.
What's the question?
Hold on.
Oh, I
gotta
know
pull
the
it up.
question.
My husband,
Do you know the question?
loves questions.
I think so.
Do you know the question? I think
I-
I asked you.
The question.
Would you rather sit down with your parents and watch every sexual encounter you've ever had, or watch your parents' sex tape when they conceived you?
The sex tape.
What? You would watch the sex tape?
Listen, this is funny because last night it was my dad's birthday yesterday, and we were sitting down and we talked about like things like that, like when we were young and how we heard my parents like actual, having sex, whatever. And so that wouldn't be weird to me. I don't know.
See it?
Yeah, like it wouldn't be weird. I don't want them to see like my weird things that I do, like that's, listen, I'm already gay enough, okay, sweetie? Like there's too much.
Yeah, they don't need to know the extent of the gayness.
Yeah, like that.
They don't want to know how gay it gets.
Exactly. So that's different for me, all right? I don't know. What did other people
Okay, that
answer?
makes sense. I would personally say watch my parents conceive.
And then
me
they're gonna be
because I
like,
don't want them
"Wow,
to
that's
see the
so
shit they've
boring."
seen. Like
Oh,
the shit
God.
that I did, if they saw that, I wouldn't be able to look at them anymore.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no. I don't
Like you'd have to be like, "Oh, hey, good morning. How's your day?" Like it would ruin everything.
What about you, Eddie? What did you has
Obviously
Eddie
the
already
first
answered
one.
this question?
It's the first one.
He said obviously the first one.
I couldn't ask him technically.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so if he did, I would go for the first one.
I completely forgot, Eddie. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. It's
Eddie,
okay.
get it,
I'll-
get to it. What are you waiting for?
There's no rush to it.
You're
I'm
freaking out the
rushing.
scientists. They're concerned that you're not dating and not having sex.
Good.
I'm very well experienced and well rounded now. God, I'm such a hoe.
Good to know. I'll keep that information in my back pocket, and probably forget about it. But thank you.
If you need any advice, Eddie, I'm right here. I'm just
Okay,
call
thank you.
away.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you.
You could ask either of us for advice, honestly.
No,
Yeah,
not
we'll
you.
me and
give you our
Devyn.
opinions.
Devyn, fuck
Even
off.
Jose,
Devyn,
he has
Oh.
twins. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I don't know what that has to do with it, but
Isn't that crazy? He has twins. I'm so shocked. No, the other day I was telling my the guy that I'm dating. I was like mentioning Jose, and I'm like, oh my god, like he's a father now. That's like so weird.
Yeah,
yeah, it's fucking nuts.
it-
Most of the people we went to high school with our parents, so like I'm not.
Yes,
saying-
and they're so young. Some of them are extremely young, and like they're already like I'm
Mhm.
like, I haven't even lived yet. Like, I don't know.
We're not even allowed to rent a car yet. You have to be 25
You know what I
years
mean?
old to rent a car.
Yeah, I'm not even fully developed. Like, fucking God, my balls are still up there, sweetie. They're not dropped yet. Get out of here.
Yeah, I haven't even peaked. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to have kids?
Yeah. So, whatever.
All right. Well, I think we are starting to get to the end here because Eddie does have something he has to do. I don't know what it is. Pretty sure it's WWE.
No, that's at
Do
9.
you guys have anything that you want to add to the end of the show?
Penis.
It cut out. What'd you say?
I got it. It's not a vagina. It's a vulva. Get it right.
Is that a vulva?
Yeah, it's a vulva.
Are you sure you would know?
Listen, we need to learn about the vulva because a lot of these men don't know how to pleasure a woman. Just saying.
And the clitoris.
Clitoris.
Make sure you foreplay. If you guys aren't foreplaying, you're already fucking up.
Hell yeah. Okay, we're so quiet, huh?
For yourself too. You gotta, build it up. Okay, whatever. We're gay. We're fucking. Eddie, do you got anything you want to add? Tips to get free donuts, something.
Free donuts.
All right. Well, make sure you guys follow Kevin on the socials. I'm gonna tag him down below. Make sure you check out his book and go binge his show. It's kind of shitty, but it's cool. I'm just kidding, Kevin. We love your show over here. Go listen to it. He talks a lot about it. Talks about gay shit and cool shit and regular shit.
Very gay shit.
I love all of you. I'm very high right now, and I'm gonna go play games later. So good night, everybody.
Thank you for having me
I'm
on the
ending it
show.
now. Yeah, it's cool. We're cool. I'm ending it.
This concludes the Moon Men podcast. The end.